800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
You sailed beyond the horizon in search of an island scrubbed from every map. You battled krakens. You navigated through storms. Your spade struck the lid of a long-lost treasure chest, while you cooked up a lasagna. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Yarr.
Discover best-selling adventure stories on Audible.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone.
This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, August 19th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from the Taylor Swift DNC to these tiny cups appearing at Trump rallies, and a woman does something gross at a grocery store. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Ooh, man.
So Monday. Monday.
Yeah, head full of just air and space and nothing.
Oh, wow. Things are looking dark over there.
Yeah. Okay. Sean? Already? No. I already know.
Sabrina, what did you think was going to happen? What did you think? Like, in the darkest corners of your brain, what did you think was going to transpire?
Why do you preface a text like that and then you do that? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say exactly what I was going to do yet.
I know exactly. I know you well enough for almost 11 and a half years. I know you well enough.
Is there some big drama boiling over? Yes. Yes, there is. Okay. We're going to heretofore refer to it as the dark cloud. Okay. There is the dark cloud is out there and could change everything for you, the listener.
Yeah, thanks. I know.
And you at any moment here on the show. Okay. We'll get into this at some point. Maybe now is not the right time. But
you give me so much anxiety.
I love when I send a message like that. Not a great message, by the way, to send to the group text. And I send over a message like that. Sabrina sometimes will respond in an hour, 2 hours or something. 5 seconds later, who, what, when, where, how? Everything. Tell me what's going on here.
Mind you,
of
that
course.
was in between nap 13 and 15.
Oh, you must have had a good weekend then, other
Sunday
than this.
I did nothing.
You know what? That's what Courtney was feeling on Sunday, too.
Nothing.
She was like, she goes, let's go get a lunch at Disney Springs, and then nothing. Just cruise. And
I did the same thing minus Disney Springs, and then I just ordered it. And then as soon as I ate it off of my chest in bed, I went to sleep.
Well, yeah, there's a dark black cloud over the show at the moment. And at some point, we'll talk a little bit more about this. Now is not the best time. Well, I don't know that there is a best time. And honestly, let's leave it there for now. We'll leave it in this. I know that this is very, very like vague booking at its finest here. I understand that. But if you understand.
This is old school vague booking. This is doing it out loud.
But the fact of the matter is, there is something that I'm talking about, and it is a very big and dramatic thing. And
I'm pregnant.
Yeah. It's way more dramatic than that.
Worth a shot.
For all involved. Okay, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was giving a stump speech over the weekend. Although there's not really any stump speeches for Trump because
Define stump speech, please.
Stump speech is like a repeated speech. You go, and that's why America is going to be great moving forward, and you're going to get tax breaks, and you do the same speech every single time. But Trump gets the stuff in the teleprompter, and then he's like, that's boring. I don't want to do that. And he goes off script and often ends up into strange territory. And I swear to God, for some of you lovely MAGA fans out there who listen to the show, you do you.
One of those words in quotes.
The folks out there who go to these rallies will literally cheer on anything. and it blows my mind. I almost love it. Like, whatever. If Trump said, I feel like from time to time, if Trump was like, you know what, maybe America isn't so great, I think they went, yeah. It's like, I think he would be able to coax them into talking about anything. I think slowly but surely he'd be able to get whatever message across.
The biggest test of them all is the Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat might get a round of applause. I think it could, because they love him. He's funny. He's their guy. He's the guy that bashes the other folks, and they've been waiting for somebody to bash the other folks for a long time. So that's why they like Trump, and that's fine. But Trump's speech veers from the teleprompter and goes into this.
About 8 years. But she said one thing that got me.
Talking about Kamala Harris.
She said Kamala has one big advantage. She's a very beautiful woman.
You're booing that.
Also, extra tanner. Donnie?
So I decided to go
He's
back.
going back and forth. He did a speech where he didn't have any at all.
Crisp.
He didn't have any for one speech, and now he looks like he's going back a little bit to the well. But he's talking about the Kamala Harris, and he's like, they say she's beautiful, and then some people were booing.
I can reread the clause. I'm not saying he's, but I say that I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better.
Okay.
I'm a better looking person.
That's my favorite Trump thing.
It's always when he starts to gurgle it.
You don't just say the thing, you
growl
say it, and then you growl it. You say it, you go, look, I look better than her. And then you go, I just look better. You have to do this second thing where you scream it.
And it could be about anything. It could be like, guys, I put ranch dressing on my fries. I put a ranch dressing on my fries.
Ranch on the fries.
I'm deathly allergic to ranch, but now that you said it, I'll consume it.
You say the thing, and then you scream the thing. And when you scream the thing is when the point really gets across.
Much better.
Much better.
Much better. I'm a better looking person than Kamala. No, I couldn't believe it. She said, I had never heard that one.
Right.
They said, no, her biggest advantage is that she's a beautiful woman. I'm going, I never thought of that. I'm better looking than she is.
Oh, my God. Talk about some policies, huh?
Also, I think he just did an interview where, who was he talking with? He was talking with somebody, and they said, have you seen the new magazine catalog with Kamala Harris on it? And they compared it. They said she looks just like Melania. And he was saying that she looked beautiful. And he was like, yeah, she looks beautiful. She looks like Melania. And now he's 180ing this. He's going the other direction.
I'm better looking. Won't even mention my wife. Just talk about me.
Says on YouTube, his confidence is off the chart. It is. Yeah, it's off the charts. Just completely and totally off the charts. By the way, all of your guesses so far, you're falling so far below the line of what the actual drama is. You have not approached the level of drama that I'm hinting at here, the dark black cloud that is hovering over us right now. We're going to hear from you today, hopefully, with your dispatches. Let's see what you got on your mind. It's been a long weekend. Maybe there's a story that's interesting you want to hear our take on it. That's fine. Maybe it's just something you want to comment on about something that's been said. Maybe you think Trump is hotter than Kamala. Let us know. Maybe you're into that. That's all fine. Everything is welcome here on the show.
I am more beautiful. That hurt me. That hurt me.
Man, you got to go deep for those ones, I think. You'll be all right. You'll be okay. Let's see. At the box office this weekend, Courtney and I went to go see
I meant to
Alien
ask
Romulus.
you at the poker tournament. There's so much going on that.
Did you
Great
see
time.
it? Did you go?
I did not go. No, the plan
Okay.
was to do it Sunday, and then I did night times the whole time. But how was it?
It was really gross. It's a gross
okay.
movie.
It's
Yeah.
really gross?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should have expected it because Alien is just kind of a gross thing, and everything is either penis-shaped or vagina-shaped in the
So you're
Alien
horny at the
universe.
showing.
No, not in a good way. I say that in the worst way possible. It's like the worst representation of those two things that you could possibly imagine. But I dug it. The weird thing was, and I realized this almost immediately afterwards, it was confirmed when I saw the audience demographic statistics. They said that it was 75% men who went to go see Alien Romulus this weekend. And I'm wondering, did people like that? Did people enjoy the movie? And when we walk out, Courtney goes, I have to use the restroom real quick. And I lean against the wall, and we're the first out. And as I lean against the wall and people start coming out, all I hear is, dude, bro, whoa, dude, bro. Oh, like 500 guys commiserating on how, that was awesome, dude. That was, whoa. Just over and over and over again. All these dude bros who loved Alien Prometheus.
Okay,
Romulus.
well, as a woman, I also love the Alien franchise.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if they're saying that,
the dude bros are taking over.
Can't say that I wouldn't be like, dude, bro, that was awesome as well.
I think maybe there's more guys who are into the alien space stuff or something. But it was a lot of guys afterwards who were, oh man, when this happened.
Did you
all
feel
commiserating
lost?
over the movie? No, not at all.
Okay.
No, you could go into it with nothing if you wanted to. It's like we're on another planet, aliens, et cetera, et cetera.
Say no more.
But there was a moment where I was like, oh, is that it? Did they win? Or is that what happens here? And then the movie went on for like another 30 minutes of just torturous, terrible aliens killing
Say
people
no
stuff.
more, man. Come on. I still want to go see it.
I'm not spoiling anything here. But I'm just saying, like, it's intense. It's a pretty intense movie, and there's a final character in there where I was like, whoa, that's
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you like space stuff and you like alien stuff, you're gonna like Aliens, and Sabrina will definitely like it because she already likes the Alien series. And it's kind of landed toward the top of that on the like box office list because it was number one this weekend with $41.5 million. Deadpool,
I can't think of except maybe Alien versus Predator. I think I've seen that one, but I think I went to see it with friends that were into Alien.
I specifically remember making out the entire movie in 8th grade.
Oh, that's a weird movie to make out to.
I know, but that was like the only time me and my boyfriend at the time could see each other. So we're like, all right, movie starts, lights down,
Let's
make
do
out.
it. Here we go. Deadpool and Wolverine in week 4 with $29 million. Now the number one R-rated movie of all time, I believe. So that's a big win for Disney. And Alien Romulus is made by 20th Century Fox / Disney, so they had the two top spots, basically. It ends with Us, with Blake Lively, who they're still trying to cancel. The Blake Lively pushback is real and wild, and there's a new update to that today.
Very interesting to me as well.
And I don't know if all of this is like behind the scenes to try to get more attention about the movie, or if people
I
are
think
just
it's
like
beyond that. No,
I don't know what it is.
It's gotten a hold of the internet. That's the thing. So it's like, let's find all of the instances in which she came off poorly.
Yeah. And like maybe it's because there's people who are upset that she was too jolly when promoting a domestic abuse movie. I just don't get it. But we'll talk about that at some point. Twisters was number 4, not The Twisters, just for the record, Twisters. And then they re-released, is it Coraline? Am I saying that right?
Coraline? Like the
old
Tim
school
Burton
movie.
one?
Yes, they re-released that movie, and it made $11.3 million on a re-release this weekend, which is pretty astonishing.
So Twisters was number 4 at the box office for like movie theaters and stuff?
Yeah.
Because it was available on streaming this weekend.
Yeah.
It was like...
Did you watch it or no?
I didn't, but I was way too busy. But it was available. Yeah, it was available on like Fandango Home or something that I hadn't heard of, but I saw the ads for it. And when I was getting ready to go to the poker tournament, and my in-laws were watching my baby, they were like, "You want to watch Twisters tonight? We can get Twisters." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." So do you think that counts towards box office? It can't, right?
As far as I know, it doesn't, but that is a fairly early release. What is that, in week 5? That's 5 weeks at the box office. And
How
then,
much to rent, though? Like 40?
It's probably the top
20.
price, $29.99 or something, or somewhere around that, just for the 48-hour window that they give you.
If you think about it, like if you bring people over, then you have already surpassed what you'd pay at the movie theater.
True, yeah, and you're nice and comfortable. You can pause it when you want. Oh, I love that. I might watch that again. It was corny in a way, but it was also kind of good in a way. Not sure. I mean, that was fun. I guess it was fun. C-Lane moving all weekend, I imagine. You moved on Thursday and Friday. That's why you were off the show.
I did. Yeah.
What's the process at right now? How you doing? You in boxes? You all out of the old place into the new place?
Definitely all out of the old place. Old place went on the market Sunday. Yeah, but everything's moved thanks to the rock stars at Cento Family Moving and Storage.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are.
They've moved me twice. Huge fan.
Celine afterwards he texted me. He's like, they are. I said, how's the moving going along? And Celine goes, those guys at Cento are amazing. I'm like, well, it's literally what they do. This is the thing that they do.
They're nice. They get it done, and it's so quick. And then, I only speak for myself in my last move where I'm like, all right, this is weird, but you have 2 organs to move, as well as a futon that looks like it should be moving into a trash can. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
They are professionals, huh? They did a good job.
But I had, I had the loft, right? And that spiral staircase. And I had,
bless their souls.
I had furniture up there that we did not move up there. We built it up there. And we were like, God help us if we ever have to get this down, because it's not coming down that spiral staircase. They just lifted it over the banister like it was effing nothing. Like it was nothing.
It's crazy. They're like ripped. They're moving people ripped. It's another level of being in shape, I think.
I've heard horror stories. My father-in-law's a realtor, so he knows. He's heard all these horror stories about you get cheap movers, and like he had a client that hired somebody and they were missing a guy, so they just called one of their friends to come in and help move, and it was a dude. It was what I would imagine
in a wheelchair.
It was what I would imagine I would be like
badass.
as a mover. It was like some overweight, out of shape dude that passed out, like fainted, and then when they propped him up, he puked off the back of the moving truck. That's like, those are the horror stories that I've heard, and this is
right back to it.
Cento, exact opposite, just totally professional, totally efficient, and literally. This was not stuff that I would have been able to get done, so it was crucial.
Are you sleeping at the new house already?
Yeah,
or no?
absolutely. We
how's that feel?
Slept there Thursday night. It's different, and it's like exciting, but the weird part, and I've never had this short of a move. We went from like we went in the same neighborhood, basically the next stop sign, from the main road, and so like. All the house is new and everything's new. We're figuring out where we're putting stuff, how our couch is going to be set up, mounting TVs and all. But then once you get out of the house and you go to the main road, everything's the same. It's not like we have a new Publix and we're going to find some new little Ma and Pa restaurants.
And you try to get into your old house by accident.
You walk right into the front door.
It's gonna be me accidentally Ubering there because it was just like, go home. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. It's a little weird the first couple of nights when you sleep at a new house. You this feels strange. Is this my place? Am I supposed to be here?
I have like regular stairs now, not the spiral staircase, and they are made for a person with a much smaller foot than myself. So I have to kind of like.
You have to turn your feet sideways.
Yes, I have to like sideways on the stairs, and I'm holding the baby, so that's terrifying. But
that's a terrifying.
That's a terrifying. And then the dark cloud is terrifying.
Can you stop?
The dark cloud's really terrifying. And I got a more terrifying thing in my house because Courtney has invented a new character. And
this is going to bring me some joy.
And the character's name is Pepperoni Tony. And when she cooks a pizza, which she made a pizza last night, she turns into Pepperoni Tony, and he's got a very long backstory, I'll have you know.
Good.
He was born in the Bronx, but he lives in Philadelphia now. And his mother is still, he's a real mama's boy. And his wife works the front counter at the pizza parlor. There's a very long
Are you his wife?
I think I might be.
Okay.
Pepperoni Tony's wife. I very well could be Pepperoni Tony's wife.
She's Pepperoni Tony.
Yeah, it's hard to sort all of it out right now, but here we are. Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty good weekend, and all was well until the dark cloud arrived.
Oh my God.
I think we need a sound effect for the dark cloud. We need like a the booming. Do you have anything like that?
I can think of some really bad ones.
We need something as thunderous
like
and
this?
How do I... Yes, but no. We need like a...
I'll work on it.
deep thunderous, scary rain, all about the dark cloud. Because
it seems like you want multiple sound effects at the same time.
Like a thunderous storm is what we're looking for. Like something like that would be very, very useful. Let more thunder. You have so many of those. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into you. Your dispatches are right here, teed up and ready to go. There's a lot of suggested surprise visits coming as the Democratic National Convention kicks off. Who is going to be there? We'll find that out. We'll learn more about the dark cloud potentially. It depends on how mouthy I decide to get here during the show today. And real good news for C-Lane. Just real good news rolling in.
There's people giving away free fences?
Maybe. We'll see. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Someday, Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you take the dog for a walk?
Ha ha ha. No way in hell.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Jeff Martin Auctioneers. Jeff Martin Auctioneers is back with a 2-day public auction in Kissimmee, August 20th and 21st, featuring construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Bid your way live on site or online at jeffmartinauctioneers.com. Experience the difference. License AU 4483.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details. And subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may
I think surprised all of us. We have seen a huge return on our investment. Seeing real numbers has helped us continue to invest.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the data, audiences, and influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The #1 cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
It's been said that good fences make good neighbors. Your friends at Fence Outlet couldn't agree more. Whatever style, whatever color, just share your ideas. And your friends at Fence Outlet will have the right application for you. For quality fences at the best prices, go to fenceoutlet.com.
License number C10252 and C10803.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface,
too dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We've officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Is somebody messing with us? Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
If you could find that somewhere on the audio files over there, Sabrina. Yeah, I got a retraction. Already, look, we're like barely into a show, and I already have to issue a retraction. I figured that was
retraction.
All right, I would like to apologize. I made a little bit of a mistake. Courtney's new character is Tony Pepperoni, not Pepperoni
Dude,
Tony.
How could you F that up?
So
You
sorry.
even care.
I'm so sorry. It's Tony Pepperoni, and she'll be like, "It's Tony Pepperoni," and she'll make the pizza, and backstory crazy, and just want to let you know. So I wanted to correct the record. It's Tony Pepperoni.
Does his wife even work the front desk?
She does, yes. And as she was telling me the story, I said, "This is sounding very, very similar to the plot of Bob's Burgers," but do continue and continue to make up the story of. I'm sorry, Tony Pepperoni. That's what it is. If you were watching us over on the stream, always beneficial, YouTube and twitch.tv/The News Junkie. If you were watching us over there, you thought perhaps for a second that the dark cloud had struck. Maybe that happened. But I assure you, it is not just yet. We had some glitches going on, and we're all sorted out now.
But I asked you a very important question, and you leaned over to your microphone, and everything froze. And I was like, oh, my gosh.
thought plugs were being pulled. I was like, sooner than anticipated. Here we go. And everything is the dark cloud right now. Sabrina Sealand said, no, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Okay. We'll continue in a moment talking about your dispatches, various other things. You could join us on the show with an email, anonymous or otherwise, tipsathenewsjunkie.com. It's just to say that everything that happens on a day like this seems like it could be a result of the dark cloud. Even when it's not the dark cloud.
I was just putting it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just a thunderstorm.
I'll continue with this here. The DNC.
You're going to do really good at this, I think. I think this is going to go well.
Is it not going exactly as you anticipated?
No, it is.
No, it's not.
The moment I get a little hot goss, like if it's about this stuff, that
other
of
people
course,
involved.
What does it benefit them by not saying something about the dark cloud? Does anybody benefit from not talking about this? Okay, let me put a message out there to the suits that are probably listening to the radio show today with a different level of attention. All of the things that I say, the opinions that you hear are those of Sean Wasson alone, okay? These are my opinions, and don't blame Sabrina or Sealand for anything that happens on account of the dark cloud, okay? The DNC is kicking off today, day one in Chicago, Illinois. Crazy amounts of protesters out there, not on account of the party being divided. It seems like a lot of people are kind of following the line between the Kamala train stuff, but it's more on account of the Democrats have a problem with the pro-Palestinian protester folks who want to scream at everybody. They want to interrupt every single speech that they can. They're like the lunch and brunch protesters, and some of them are pretty terrible people, honestly. But they're going to be, they said 100,000 of them. I say no shot. 100,000 protesters. That's ridiculous. You can't get 100,000 people at a Chaperone concert. You're not getting 100,000 protesters out there at the DNC. That would blow my mind. You will have protesters just like you do every single year. And people think, these like online types and these leftists, with annoying online discourse, they only exist to go after Republicans. No. They've done it every year. In fact, I believe, something tells me it was in Chicago, but I don't think it was. I believe Rage Against the Machine even played as a protest outside. Was that the Democratic National Convention or the Republican National Convention?
I think it was
one year.
RNC.
I don't know. Look up Rage Against the Machine convention protesting. It could have been the RNC. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Remembering Rage Against the Machine's ballsy 1993 protest.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's DNC, but July 18th, 1993, thousands of fans turned out to see the Rock's newest act. They got full frontal nudity.
Full frontal nudity. Okay. I didn't know that part of it.
All right, there's a Live at the DNC in Los Angeles video.
Yeah. I thought it was the DNC because these are like people coming from the far left, coming after the Democrats. So there will be a lot of protesters out there in Chicago. I don't think there'll be 100,000. Honestly, I just don't think there's that big of a section or sector of the public that agrees with this stuff. But all eyes are out for one thing that undoubtedly the Democrats deliver on more than the Republicans. Sorry, Republican friends right now. Sorry, MAGA friends, for sure. You guys suck at the celebrity stuff. Celebrities are generally too scared to say that they're Republican. You got a couple. You got your Tim Allens. You got your
Hulk
Hogan's. You got your Deuce Bigelows, Rob Schneider. You got just various smattering of people. Kid Rock. Yep. You got like a couple people here and there. But then everybody else who speaks out about politics is basically in the celebrity world on the Democratic side, and a lot of them will participate in these events. They'll do interviews to try to get radio stations and TV stations to talk to a celebrity and then try to get their candidate elected, yada, yada, yada. It's just the way that it works. The big questions are around two big celebrity names, and will they appear at the Democratic National Convention? And one is Beyonce. Beyonce has already lended her song to Kamala Harris's campaign and said that you can use this. We're happy to let you use this, which implies some amount of support at the very least. And then Taylor Swift would be the other one. And Taylor Swift, whenever she's come out politically, very little surprise. Young, what is she, 30-something now, Taylor Swift? In her
probably
34, young 30-something woman. The odds that person is going to be a
34.
Democrat. Women under 35, the percent chance that they're going to be a Democrat, I think, is about 60 to 65%. So no big surprise. Taylor Swift's on that side. Taylor Swift, if she made an appearance at the DNC, would be a shockwave because you would have like the Taylor Swift Republican fans are going to try to Dixie Chicks her. And you would have, oh, no, actually, we really support her for supporting the candidates, the most important election. You would have so much drama that rolled out of that if that was to take place. There are some names that we already know are going to be there. And there are names that are like just kind of question marks in the sky right now. Are they going to show up or not? Those are kind of just the big questions that we see as we roll into day one. And how about this one? Will Biden be there?
Come on, man.
Right? Will Biden and the First Lady be there at this? They got kicked out. Got just a couple of months left at the White House, and then it's sayonara, old sucker. You're out of here. So
I thought they already said he was going to be there. He was going to
they did.
speak.
They did, and then they said, hey, there's bad blood. Jill Biden's really mad. They're not going to show. But we've already seen Biden on the campaign trail for Kamala Harris.
Come on, man.
He's already been out there talking on the campaign trail saying vote for her. So I don't see why he would do that and not the DNC. But, we'll see what ends up happening with this. We'll keep our eyes on it and see everything, all the good, the bad, the drama, all the stuff that pops up. C-Lane, good news for you.
All right.
Congratulations, Christopher.
Bad news about it. Bad news about the good news.
Okay.
Stand by. You're going to have to wait because it's coming up next.
You
all
did
right?
this last break.
I know, but this is for realsies. It's locked and loaded right next to these dispatches. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, it will be hot, the high 95 with the humidity. It'll feel like 106 degrees. There's also a 40 to 50% chance for a couple of showers, maybe even a thunderstorm. It's a full 180 compared to the weather we had this weekend with that drier atmospheric moisture, the lower humidity values. Well, this week will be remembered as being soupy and stormy. The muggy weather back, our rain chances up to 70% by the middle of the week.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an collection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Folks, even in August, it still gets hot out there. It was pretty hot this weekend. A couple of times when I went outside, I said, no, going back inside to the nice, comfortable AC. If your AC is not working perfectly every single time, I strongly suggest you call Leon Mills' company, Mills Air. Mills Air is the best of the best of the best. I've seen these other companies out there, these fly-by-night companies, these companies with techs that they just hire with no experience and no interpersonal skills that show up at your house and they're picking their nose and they have no idea how to fix the AC and they're weird and you don't want them in your house. That's not what you're getting in Mills Air. They sent over Mo. Mo from Mills Air was the best. This guy explained to me, even though I don't know how this stuff works, what was going on with the AC. And he explained why the preventative maintenance plans are so important to have for homeowners. You got to do this. Even if you just get a place, the first time you move in, get everything ready and set to go, have somebody come out and look at your AC, inspect your AC, and tell you what kind of condition it's in. That is very important. That could be a big bill if it breaks. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, and they get you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
skies. Are you tired of being tired? Frustrated because it seems impossible to lose belly fat? If you're looking for a solution, then listen to Mark.
I had fantastic results with the Andro 400 Max. Probably lost 35 pounds, and more impressive than that was the inches I lost off of my belly and my waist. And the increased energy is fantastic. I'll be totally honest, I tried a different product, and I wasn't happy with the different product. You guys are considerably cheaper than the other brand, and I can really feel the difference.
Andro 400 Max, the extra strength, all natural testosterone booster. The safe, easy, and affordable way to gain energy and lose stubborn belly fat. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Feel and look like a new man. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Jeff Martin Auctioneers is back with a 2-day public auction in Kissimmee, August 20th and 21st, featuring construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Bid your way live on site or online at jeffmartinauctioneers.com. Experience the difference. License AU 4483.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
Go to thenewsjunkie.com on your phone or your laptop, anything with a microphone, and you can send us what we call a dispatch. Just to revisit what we were just talking about, this is what I had seen on this. Biden and Jill will not be attending Kamala's nomination speech and planned to leave D.C. after his farewell address today is what is starting to get passed around. Is that true? I don't know exactly if it is or not, but I guess it's not unheard of.
He still has a couple months in his
but he
contract,
doesn't have to.
does he not?
Yeah, he's going to be the president for X amount of time. You can leave at certain points. There's transitional stuff that will assist in the meantime, but it's not all set in stone. I know that Biden is pretty focused on his last several months here, so I'd be surprised if he left D.C. because I know he wants to get this truce done between Israel and Hamas. I know he wants to get that done. And they were, I guess, right at the finish line. But shocker, once again, Hamas abandons the deal and doesn't agree with the peace talks. And also, the response to Biden and Joe Biden and Jill Biden not attending Kamala's nomination was, I guess this is not rare. Reagan didn't attend George H.W. Bush's acceptance speech. Clinton did not attend Gore's. George W. Bush did not attend McCain's. Obama did not attend Hillary's.
At the National Convention.
Yeah,
Okay.
the speech itself. So, hold on. Maybe I need to clarify. It's not to say that they won't make an appearance at the convention and won't make a speech at the convention. It's will they be there for the speech of the new party nominee? And I guess traditionally they're not there. And maybe that's because they don't want it to take away from the moment and the new person, the next in line, et cetera, et cetera. But that's the rumor that Joe Biden and Jill Biden won't be there for Kamala's speech at the DNC.
Do you think
and maybe bouncing?
The reason to not show up to that is to not take away, not distract from the main event?
It could be. It could be because just having their presence there would grab camera time and all these other things. I do want to tell you, C-Lane, there's some good news for you. Big news.
All
Everybody
right.
get excited. We got an August full moon this week.
Come
That's
on.
right. I know.
You got me excited that there might actually be something that I enjoy happening.
You love this. This is August's rare blue supermoon that will appear bigger and brighter than most full moons.
Adding words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is rare blue and supermoon.
And if you're excited about this, you're a rare blue super douche.
Got him. It's the first of 4 consecutive supermoons this year, according to NASA. It will peak at 2:26 p.m. today. Or peaked at 2:26 p.m. today. And then you'll be able to see it tonight as well. I did see yesterday when we were going for a walk, Courtney and I. Oh, by the way, the daily walk changed forever. The daily walk. We go through our neighborhood and we cruise. We got Lady. We go on a 1.8 mile jaunt to get some exercise and talk and shoot the S. And then not today, but this weekend.
She broke
I
up
hear.
with you.
No, not yet. It could be that Tony Pepperoni is the end of this whole thing. Going through the neighborhood, hey! I go, what? And I look around and some guy goes, you Sean Wasson? And I said, yeah. And he's, you the news junkie? And I go, son of a bitch.
If you ask for the first and last name, then
it's in the neighborhood.
It's in the neighborhood, my guy.
What if you told him you were Sean Wasson, but you're not the news junkie? How would he respond?
As a matter of fact, I just stole his identity. Thank you.
Nice guy, very nice guy, but just something to keep in mind there. They said the moon will not look blue, but they're going to call it the blue moon anyhow. It's the third full moon in a season of 4 full moons, says NASA, and it's a super one. So, C-Lane, enjoy 30% brighter and 14% larger. I know you're going to love it. I know you're going to spend your afternoon at your brand new
won't
place.
even look at it.
Just taking a peek with that.
They had a big event
telescope.
not too long ago where they had a massive meteor shower. And I had seen, the online talks of it, and they're like, just make sure that you're up past 12 a.m. And I set an alarm for myself. I even fell asleep a little bit, and then I go outside, and there's clouds everywhere. And I believe I saw one shooting star, but there was no way to confirm it with myself because the clouds did their thing. So with that, I'm like, don't get me so excited locally unless you know for sure that I'll be able to see it.
Well, I don't know about tonight. Is it supposed to be cloudy tonight? I haven't even looked. I just know yesterday when we were walking by the school,
it's
it
just
was
going to look like a big moon, Sean.
It is a big moon. And it's genuinely like when we were walking, Courtney goes, damn, the moon's huge tonight. And I looked over and I said, it is. It's a big ass moon. Celine's going to love this.
Good talk.
This is the kind of stuff we talk about. We talk about moons, whatever's happening. We talk about Lady a whole lot.
Pepperonis.
Heavy on Tony Pepperoni.
Unfortunately. Talk about my impending doom.
You talk about...
Did you get my new sound effect?
I would love to use it. We talk about the dark cloud, but the other issue is that my laptop, I tried to switch to the new laptop, but there's a hitch in the giddy up.
Say dark cloud again, and then now you can hear it. Ready?
Well, we're dealing with the dark cloud over the show.
Oh, yeah. This is a cop drama?
Dark cloud, baby.
Tonight on cop drama.
The cop drama you made up in your head is called cop drama? All right.
That was on, I think, South Park.
At first I was like, no, and then I was like, yes.
I mean, that first part, it goes on for a while, but dark cloud, baby.
This isn't your jurisdiction.
What does it mean, man?
And for those of you thinking I'm screwing around here, I am not screwing around here, just for the record.
Your thunder's still going, by the way.
Yeah, I was a mix of the two is my favorite. It's like a little thunder and a little bit of rock and roll, which is what they call me, strangely enough.
Yay!
Sean Watson, little thunder, little rock and roll. We'll go over to you and your dispatches right now. Let's work in a couple of these. Here is Nurse Jan with the dispatch. Let's see what she says.
Happy Monday. So, Sean, you were talking about whether Taylor Swift may show up to the DNC.
Mm-hmm.
I sure wish she would, because, I mean, she is the epitome of the single cat lady that J.D. Vance seems to despise so much. And I think it would be amazing for her to show up and show her support for Kamala. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
It would be a big moment. It would cause lots of drama, but I don't think I would be surprised if Taylor Swift did it, because when you're a musician,
she's in the middle of a tour, is she not?
She is in the middle of a tour. But look, she flew back for some of those football games, which unbelievable that she has a schedule like she does. It's just crazy to me.
It's nice when you have 4 planes.
I guess so, yeah. When you're just globe-trotting, literally. She does have the tour going on. And also, when you're on that level, it's generally something that people stay away from. They'll get a little bit involved. I think she got involved in like Marsha Blackburn's election.
Trump as well, though.
Yes, but when she got heavily into politics, where she was trying to go for a candidate in, I think, Tennessee, on account of the abortion issue, which is what has many female voters fired up, obviously, that among other things. But when she weighed in on that and said, here's the candidate I support, don't vote for, I think it was Marsha Blackburn, I could be wrong on that, her candidate didn't win. So, like, she tried to throw some weight behind it, and then it didn't pan out for her. And then it was like, I remember her parents at the time, because it's part of, there's a documentary about Taylor Swift that I've seen, and
right.
Miss Americana.
This was while it was going on, yeah.
Yeah. Miss Americana or some the title similar to that. And her parents were kind of going, are you sure? Do you really want to get into the world of politics? You know, usually stay away from this. Divisive to your fans.
It was very interesting and a very raw moment, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was her going against her parents and probably her management and her like advisors and going into politics. Whereas I would have probably given her the same advice that her parents gave her. I would have said the same thing. I would have said, I know that you feel passionate about this. You should do other things to try to support a candidate if you want to. But if you're trying to just be a musician, you're always going to, once you get into the world of politics, irritate a certain portion of your audience. And either you're okay with that or you're not. Like band like Rage Against the Machine that I mentioned earlier, they're okay with it. They don't care.
Yeah, and I believe that she would be okay with it as well because of her diehard fans are well aware of her, where she lies as far as political alignments.
Yeah, probably.
Now, does she have to straight up say something?
If she appears at the DNC and gave a speech and she was like, go Kamala, I want Kamala to win. We all know, like, there's going to be a backlash to that. Even if it's the Nike thing where more people than actual Nike fans are like, I'm never wearing my Nikes again, and I'm burning my Nikes.
And then I'm going to burn them. But then probably buy some more I won't wear for pictures.
Or I guess I could bring up the Bud Light thing too, right, with Kid Rock. Like, when you go out there and you wade into that.
Watch me shoot my Bud Lights.
There is inevitably going to be some backlash, whether pretend or not. Does that mean she can't sell out arenas anymore? Highly doubtful. I think that Taylor Swift is just still at this massive level. Kind of irritating that she just keeps putting out albums when it's like, just cool down for a little bit. Just relax just for a hot minute here.
Doing albums on her own accord. She doesn't have to pay what's-his-face for them.
No, she just released another album not that long ago, which is not, it's way better than her one before that. Yeah, it was like 4 months ago, right around there.
Oh, that one.
The one with Florida, with Florence and the Machine, and the song with
Post Malone.
Wasn't
that a double album too?
It was pretty. Yeah, it had a lot of songs on it, so it might have been. Do we still do double albums?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing? Even though like there's no actual double album that comes out, like it's not Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness with Smashing Pumpkins.
Though, that they never made, instead of like, because back in the day when we had double albums as CDs, it was 2 discs.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they allow you to flip them? Huh? Did I just shower thought your ass?
No, I think technologically that probably could work, right? I don't see any reason why you couldn't have a
you do with
CD
the vinyl.
that was readable on both sides.
I think I had a CD at one point that was like CD on one side and then like DVD with enhanced features on the other.
Yeah, and you know what the other crazy thing was? The moment when I learned that a CD didn't have to all be the same size.
Remember the tiny ones?
Yeah,
The
you
mini-
get a little
disc?
tiny CD, and you go, "What is this thing? What am
But
I supposed to do?"
you couldn't put that into a car CD player.
No, that thing
That'd
would
be
probably
lost forever.
chaos. He needed one of the old ones. Oh, shoot. Quick break. When we come back,
Bye.
Amy Kaufeld is going to be joining us. We hung out with her this weekend. We'll talk about what went down. We'll talk about the poker tournament. We'll get into everything happening in the news. We got a lot on the way. That is coming up next in the News Chunky.
This season, Real Radio 104.1 is the Orlando radio home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hear every game here, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. Save up to 70% during the Labor Day sale. Experience the best deals on top brands: Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, Serta, Purple, Casper, and more. Plus, get a free adjustable set with select purchases with 0% interest financing and free next-day delivery. MattressWarehouse.com.
Do you already have a mortgage and you're wondering if it's any good? A recent study showed that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage they get. So don't be a slacker. Get peace of mind with That Mortgage Guy Don by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. He can help. It is so easy to compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don. Just go to the website, hit the button that says compare, and upload your quote. That Mortgage Guy Don will tell you if it's any good. Simple as that, my friend. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Men over 45, do you have a frequent, urgent need to urinate or a weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate or BPH? Know your options. If BPH medications are bothering you, or you're worried about invasive surgery, ask about the UroLift system. The UroLift system is an outpatient, minimally invasive procedure. It reopens the channel with no cutting and provides rapid symptom relief with no new, sustained erectile or ejaculatory dysfunction, as shown in a clinical study. Go to urolift.com and click on Find a Physician for a doctor near you. you. Urolift.com. UROLIFT.com. Most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you suffer from symptoms of an enlarged prostate or BPH, the Urolift system is a proven alternative to BPH medication or invasive surgery. Visit urolift.com and click on Find a Physician to speak to a doctor to see if you're a candidate for the Urolift system.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgageguydon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos.
Dispatch working more of those as we roll along on a Monday, but now is our favorite time of the day and the favorite time of the week for everybody on the show. I know that for sure. And that's because we're joined by our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox.
Oh my gosh,
Amy.
I have missed you guys. Long time no see.
Yes, it was so good to see you out at the poker tournament this weekend.
Sweet Amy, the last 2 times that we've seen each other have been for wonderful charity events. But I still look at her like deer in the headlights, like, how do you do this? I'm overwhelmed right now.
This is just a normal day
Great,
for her.
Sabrina, what are you talking about? You were amazing.
Not great at poker, but good God.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
Yeah, I'm pretty terrible every year at the whole poker side of things. I did a little better.
How did you do, Sean? I kind of peeked over at you. You were at least smiling.
I think I beat the 3 of you, but then everything fell apart.
It wasn't hard though.
Right as soon as it got real, where people we took a break and you come back and then things start to get real. From there, downhill, just incredibly fast. It was so bad.
Did you have to buy back in?
No. I mean,
okay.
I
well, that's good.
I didn't. No,
I did. I did way too many times.
Did you really?
How many times did you buy back in, C-Lane?
Amy, the mustard seed got about $200 of my money.
That was good,
That
though.
was very
it's
nice
for a
of
good
you,
cause.
Absolutely.
It's for a good cause.
I was bought
What
back
you, Sabrina?
in.
Somebody bought you back in?
2 people bought me back in because they could see that I was sad in the eyes. Like, I don't understand. I thought we were all bluffing with each other, and then all of a sudden my cards were gone. So, but there was other times where they were like, dang, Sabrina, you do know what you're doing. So,
yeah.
I think I know for next year that I'm going to practice poker way ahead of time. And not just on an app 24 hours ahead of time.
So that's what I did. So Saturday morning, my husband and Colton, who's in 8th grade, they sat me down and they were like, okay, you're playing Texas Hold'em style, right? And so we went through like all these scenarios. They're like trying to explain, because I honestly don't know anything about poker. So they're trying to explain like what's a straight, what's a flush, what's a full house. And then they were like showing. And so to me, Texas Hold'em it's such a hard game, right? You get 2 cards.
Yep.
And then they unveil 3, right? Is that right? You guys unveil 3 cards.
3 and then
and you have to figure out like, and it's having the judgment to be like, okay, this is not a good hand. Like, and so like I kept showing my cards to C-Lane, like, C-Lane, what do you think? You know what I mean? Like, I know you're not supposed to do that, but like, and then at one point, C-Lane, Mimi, our dealer, she was helping Amy.
I was like,
she
not allowed
helped
to help her.
on one hand.
The weird,
and I think it was the only hand I won because I had 2 pairs. But Mimi was sweet. I was getting ready to throw away my cards, and she goes, "Let me see them." And I showed her. She goes, "No, keep those." Which actually, don't you think, C-Lane, that helped me, right? Because then everybody else was like, "Oh,
yeah." And then they're all like, they think she's got a massive hand right here. This is
there was a point in which
our table.
Look at that! What a crew!
See old BJ back there? He ended up with a lot of my chips.
BJ's great.
I thought you said you looked back. That was the one that was on Fox 35, C-Lane?
That was one of them. The other one, I looked a little.
Was like all of us together?
That one where that's the guy that busted out me and Amy.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was nice. I don't remember his name, but he knocked us both out.
My table was a strange time.
Okay.
Josh was at my table. Very nice people at my table, but just weird things kept happening. The guy next to me, when Amy came over to say goodbye to me, I'm like, oh, see you later. It's so nice to see you, Amy. And the guy next to me is like, Amy Caulfield, and I'm the biggest fan. I'm the biggest. Oh, my God, Amy Caulfield. He goes, I've been watching you for 30 years. And I have to hear Amy go, I've only been on the television for 20 years. And she's perfectly handling this guy who's a listener. And so at one point, the dealer told this story that just stopped. You ever hear somebody telling a story and then the story just stops? And
I do about once a day.
Like a cliffhanger?
That's just
like
not a
like
cliffhanger.
What do you mean like it
Or
stops?
you have like an out-of-body experience in which you're like, this story's going nowhere, but I have to continue talking.
So the guy next to me goes, he rolls up his sleeve and he goes, look, I'm an amateur poker player, and he's got cards tattooed on his arm.
Oh.
It's got like, cards like a poker game.
For an amateur, I wouldn't get that tattooed on your body forever. But
and he got the tattoo, and he shows the dealer. I know this dealer for 10 years, and then he goes, I played once with Phil Hellmuth and Andrew Negrano, and he starts naming off all of these famous poker players, and the poker dealer goes, I've met all those guys, too. He said, one time, Phil Hellmuth was in my hotel room. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, he was nice. I don't remember his name, but he knocked us both out. My table was a strange time. I did a little better at the poker side of things. I did a little better at the poker side of things. I think it was the one where I was And then the story stopped right there.
Okay.
Like, what happened next? What?
All right, you gonna call it, or you want to raise, sir?
Why was he in your hotel room? What happened? It's like very, very strange.
But lovely time, and I'm so glad you were there, Amy.
So who ended up winning, you guys? It wasn't Busdecker again this year, huh?
Thank God. Finally, somebody knocked him out.
Busdecker got knocked out. Moses DeWitt was in for a while, but he ended up out.
I'll tell you, that mortgage guy, Don, got top celebrity.
Yeah, he was doing really well. He was at my table at the very end. He was at my table, and he was kind of one of those things where I looked over. I said, how much hope is there for me to go further in this? And I saw the stack of chips that mortgage guy Don had, and I go, it's time to pack up.
And that's why he deals with money.
Yeah, it's like it's time to hit the dusty trail here for me and get out of here. But as always, it was such a pleasure.
Okay, but who won?
Oh, I don't know. Some listener.
Oh.
So they're still tallying up everything.
They are. Okay.
So,
So we don't know
at
who
the
won.
Jim Colbert show this afternoon, they're going to announce how much money was raised, and I believe the official winner.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to C-Lane, the number went up quite a bit. So
Yeah.
Thank you, C-Lane.
Tossing cash is the problem.
You
See
know,
how much money-
I usually throw out these little stories because most of the time, like 95% of the time, my wife is not listening to this program. And then I just get a text, $200?
That's a
offense. You want to really get under the cover of this story, Amy? Here's the truth. C-Lane was like, I'm so done with being in this house and moving and with all the drama at this house. I'm going to get away for a little while and be C-Lane just party mode.
He was the guy who bought his old house, turns out.
Yeah, he does not. He did not
That's
want.
not true, Ashley, and we love you and happy belated birthday.
Oh,
Yes.
happy birthday, Ash.
Yeah, happy birthday to her for sure. And we're glad that, you guys got the moving stuff mostly done. Would you say mostly done, C-Lane, or no?
Yeah, it's mostly
He's
done.
mad at you. Way to go.
No, I'm not. Why would I be mad at him?
Amy's, what's new in the news?
No, dive
Oh,
deeper.
gosh.
Why do you think he's mad at me?
Oh, because you just threw him under the bus that didn't exist.
I didn't throw him under the bus at all. I just
I did it
explained
to
that
myself.
he probably wanted to get out of the house from all the moving and
I
wanted
feel
to
so
stay
uncomfortable. I
longer.
just sent all three of you $200.
Okay,
Cool.
All right, thank you. Anyhow,
love it.
Amy, I thought you were going to win. I thought you had.
Well, listen, one hand. That's as best as I could do. I don't
Better
think
than I
I
did.
won one hand lot. Like every year, I'm going to try to better myself. Like maybe next year I'll win two hands. We'll just see what happens.
And also in the photo lineup, which I think everybody at the station knows I hate. I don't mean to be like a Debbie Downer about this, but the photo line has got to go. It's a weird thing. Sabrina had so many interactions in the photo line that were more bizarre than the next. One guy wouldn't shake her hand for some reason for an
But
odd
I kept
amount of
it
time.
out. I kept it out. Still.
It was
No
like
matter what.
Weird.
I'm talking 30 seconds with their hand outstretched, try and get a handshake
Not
from
a
this
fan of
gentleman. He was just not wanting to shake the hand.
Hey, it's
He
okay.
kept telling stories, and I think he said like he liked her on the show or something, but he just wouldn't shake the hand. It was very, very weird. We got something that I don't know if we've ever gotten it before. We got a double Amy photo in the photo line.
Oh, the double Amy.
Yeah. Amy Caulfield's like, bring the other Amy over here, Amy Sweezy.
Oh, she was at my table too.
Oh,
That
was
so
she?
Great. Yeah. It was
yeah,
so nice to see her.
And anyhow, it was a fun event all around. I hope the news junkie magnets that were in the auction went for some money. I hope great charity. The mustard seed, great charity.
I saw the person who got that auction item, and at that moment, I forgot that I had. People are going to be mad when they hear this. I had a small stack of magnets in my pocket in case people asked for them, and I saw the people that bid on ours, and I was like, "Here's more. Thanks for listening. Thanks for bidding."
Oh, that was nice.
All right. Well, other than that, what is happening in your world today? What's grabbing your attention out there, Amy?
Well, a couple stories. The one story that really got us talking this morning, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but a mom was walking through an airport, Washington, D.C., Dulles International Airport, and she said she felt like this man was following her through the airport. Have you guys heard this story?
No, I haven't.
So she gets to her gate and she gets on her flight, a Delta flight with her daughters, and she was uncomfortable. And she said this man actually sat down right next to them on the plane. So the mother complains to a flight attendant saying, look, something's fishy about this guy. He was like following us to the airport. Now he's on our plane and he just so happens to be sitting right next to me. So the flight attendant checked his ticket and turns out he did have a ticket for a flight, but not that flight.
Wow.
And he got
so
on the plane?
He somehow managed to get on that plane and sit down right next to her. How? We haven't heard yet. Delta, basically, we do know that no charges were filed as far as that's concerned, but they haven't yet said how he was able to get past the ticketing agent and onto that plane. Because you guys know they scan your boarding pass.
Yeah,
It usually has like a QR code or something on it, right? So did the machine malfunction and they scanned his QR code and it didn't like put up usually there's like a red light that pops up and says, oh, this person is not supposed to be on this flight.
I bet she thought she was crazy for a while too. I bet she thought like, wait, am I making this all?
Right, yeah, because you always think, you're like, oh, I'm just imagining it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not, like he's probably not really following us. Or maybe he just really, you know what I mean? Maybe he really is just on our flight. We just happen to be going the same way.
So they don't know exactly what was causing him to do all this yet?
No, no, they just, all we knew from at least the information we had this morning, and maybe you guys will be able to find more information this afternoon, was just that he was not charged. So is it not illegal to board a plane that you don't have a ticket for? I don't know.
It seems like it could be some form of trespassing, but did they say, so he sat down next to her. She thinks he's following.
That's what she said.
Did they say whether the ticket that he had was for that seat?
It was for a different plane altogether. It was not for that flight. So he did have a boarding pass, but not for that flight. So somehow he managed to get past the ticketing agent right at the front of, right at the gate and walk down the galleyway and get on the plane.
Yeah.
How? I don't know.
This says from the Washington Post, the man who has not been identified was removed from the plane, interviewed, and allowed back into the terminal to continue traveling. He was not charged with a crime. The TSA determined the man went through a security screening with proper ID and a boarding pass, though it was for a different airline. The guy was a legitimate passenger with valid ID, and he went through the security process just like everybody else. I was just trying to see if they know anything about this stranger. That's so weird. She said,
right. Obviously, he was at the airport to go somewhere, Sean. Where was he going?
Yeah.
Why was he following this mom and her family? And maybe she was dead wrong, but regardless, he still followed her onto the plane.
I don't know. How about this? How about this line? Alarm bells went off when she said she used the women's restroom and came out of the stall to find the man washing his hands and no one else in the room. And she said, I just thought to myself, I got to get out of here now. So he even followed her into the bathroom at the airport.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
Or this is like super layered and he's supposed to be undercover.
Oh, yeah. He's like a FBI informant.
Secret Service.
The family got some food, then tried to find a spot near the gateway away from the man. He mirrored their movements, creating this kind of cat and mouse game. When the gate agent called for families who needed extra time on board, the Bentons jumped at the chance to shake him. They lined up with Benton first. Once they were settled in their seat, they noticed the guy sat right next to them. And they said, yeah, it's unclear how he got on the flight and what the guy was up to. Very, very weird story.
Isn't that bizarro?
Yeah.
That's scary. And okay, maybe he did have a ticket. Maybe he went through security fine. But you said, Sean, it sounds like it wasn't even for that airline. So like maybe it was, American or United or whatever. How was he able to get on board that plane?
Yeah.
It's a security failure,
something
right? I mean,
really
that's total
strange.
security failure.
Yeah. There's something strange that's happened in that story. We have to keep an eye on that for sure. What else is grabbing your attention out there?
Oh, this kind of broke my heart this morning, but God bless him. He was 88 years old. Phil Donahue passed away last night. And I just think about when I was a little kid, I used to, come home from school and watch the Donahue show. And he was iconic. He's the one who like paved the way for the Sally Jesse Raphaels and the Oprahs and the Ricky Lakes and oh gosh, I mean, what else? Then of course Ellen, and I mean, think about all these talk shows that would never have happened had it not been for Phil Donahue.
Phil Donahue used to he was the king early on of the sparring with the guests. He would have people from like the KKK come on, and then he would just like tongue lash these people.
Yeah. Before Geraldo did it.
Yeah.
Remember when Geraldo did it?
Yeah. Before it was this like everybody does a big dramatic talk show. Remember in the 90s, that was the heyday for that. It was Jerry Springer, Geraldo, all of these people all doing these combative, insane 90s hype talk shows. Phil Donahue kind of was at the forefront of that with a couple other people.
He was the trailblazer. And then just all this stuff with Matthew Perry has just been really sad to see, as you guys know. And just, we continue to get updates. And the latest update that came out was that apparently he told this live-in assistant of his to shoot him up a big one. And so it brings into question a lot about, ketamine, which is used. Doctors use this drug for people who have depression. And so it's raised a lot of questions about that. And the whole thing is just so sad to think that, he had all these people, these two doctors who are messaging back and forth. And one of them at one point said something about, how much do you think he can get this moron to pay? I mean, it's just a sad story.
It is very sad, but it's like this is the accountability that we need, and just,
I agree, Sabrina.
This is the public information that we have. To think that there are, in the hundreds, dare I say, thousands of other very maybe affluent or people just that are dealing with this kind of addiction that are never arrested or followed up with, like doctors that are prescribing stuff like that.
Yeah, not to mention that's what I was going to say. That how many doctors do you think are involved in stuff like this? Like, these are doctors, and behind the scenes are like pill mills, but they're hawking drugs to superstars in Hollywood for a whole bunch of money, and it shows you the tiered system that we kind of exist in. And when you're rich and famous, there's a whole different world that opens up. And there's a lot of people in that world that are in the dark spaces, that are willing to sell their soul to sell you drugs and to laugh at you meanwhile. And
and post Instagram pictures where you're flashing all your wealth. It's really sickening. It's sad.
That's tough. Yeah, it's real tough. Anyhow, it was a delight to see you this weekend.
Oh, it was fun, you guys. I can't wait till next year. Next year again, 2 hands. That's my goal every year. 1 year, 1 hand better. It was great to see Jim Phillips.
Yeah,
I love Jim. That was so fun to see.
It was.
I hadn't seen him in a long time.
What was that shirt he was wearing? He had a
Daddy's little meatball.
I posted a picture of it. What did it say?
Daddy's little meatball.
Is that what it was? I couldn't read because he had the blazer on. And it was kind of covering it up. So I was trying to see okay. Yeah, if you look at the picture that I posted, all I got was the DDY little and then the TBA in the middle. I'm like, I should have asked him to open his jacket,
he's a trip,
thought
man.
that might be inappropriate.
I like him. He's a trip. All right, we will see you hopefully in person soon, and we'll certainly see you in a week.
Love you guys
on the show. Love you and appreciate you. Amy Caulfield, everybody, from Fox 35. Make sure you're waking up.
And Courtney looked gorgeous, by the way, Sean. I meant to tell you that.
She did, yes. Thank you very much. She was so excited to hang out with you. She was really, really happy to see you.
So pretty.
But we want you to know you should start every day with Good Day Orlando. If you're here in town or wherever you're listening to this show, you should go to Good Day Orlando's website, which is fox35orlando.com. There you can learn everything happening in the news. It's a perfect way to start your day. I start there. You should start there. And we love Amy. So we'll see you next week, Amy Caulfield.
Hi, guys. Love you.
There she goes.
Love you.
Back in just a moment. We'll get to some dispatches. Also, an update on the Phil Donahue death and what happened there. And a whole bunch more on the way. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Get ready to win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, and $1,000.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las
Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
This year, you can be there to witness all of the incredible once-in-a-lifetime performances live and in person. Buy your iHeartRadio Music Festival tickets now, starting at just $55 plus taxes and fees at AXS.com.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgageguydon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Men over 45. Do you have a frequent, urgent need to urinate or a weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate or BPH? Know your options. If BPH medications are bothering you, or you're worried about invasive surgery, ask about the UroLift system. The UroLift system is an outpatient, minimally invasive procedure. It reopens the channel with no cutting and provides rapid symptom relief with no new, sustained erectile or ejaculatory dysfunction, as shown in a clinical study. Go to urolift.com and click on Find a Physician for a doctor near you. Urolift.com. UROLIFT.com. Most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you suffer from symptoms of an enlarged prostate or BPH, the UroLift system is a proven alternative to BPH medication or invasive surgery. Visit urolift.com and click on Find a Physician to speak to a doctor to see if you're a candidate for the UroLift system.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute. Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to making memories. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface.
Too dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We have officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Is somebody messing with us? Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
And Nathan emails. He says, "Hey, News Junkie. Has anybody ever wondered how political polls are taken?" He says, "I receive numerous texts per week from the Harris campaign, Kamala Harris's campaign, asking me to confirm that I'm voting for Kamala Harris. It prompts a link for me to leave my response. But when I click on the link, it immediately thanks me for my support and then asks how much I would like to donate to the campaign. This is nothing new. All the campaigns are sending out all the text messages and all of the like sub campaigns and shadow campaigns and PAC campaigns and super PACs and all the rest. And it ain't going to stop, buddy. Not until this is all over with, and maybe even afterwards a little bit. But they said, presidential straw poll, can you confirm you're voting for Kamala Harris, forwardblue.us? If this is how we receive data for the polls, then these polls are way off. What I've found over the years, Nathan, real quick aside here, is that people tend to reject polling data when it doesn't suit them. When the response is not of one poll, because who cares about one poll, but when like 10, 20, 30, an average of all the polls is put together, it has to give you some sort of idea where the average American is at on this stuff. That is not where the polling data comes from that you see talked about on television or in print. I don't think anybody's citing that. They're mostly not citing internet polls at all. They're usually citing telephone polls. They're usually citing polls from reputable outlets and people who know what they're doing. And you can usually get a pretty good idea of where people are at by that. And it kind of matches where my gut's been. My gut was right around Trump assassination attempt. Trump was a shoo-in. Just absolutely, it was his to lose at this point in time. Nobody wanted to vote for the corpse. They wanted Biden out of there. They wanted anybody but Biden at that point in time. Man. They pushed him out. Kamala landed the gig. You can complain about it all you want. And then I said one of her main goals should be she's got to come across as serious. And she's been doing a decent job at trying to come across as serious. So she's had the wind in her sails. And the polling data has sort of shifted back to like, man, this is the heads-up competition here. This is a pretty close race that we're looking at.
No, we got a ball game.
This is going to be a battle. And people are already, well, at least soon they will be casting their votes. But that's not how the polling systems work. The stuff that you see on TV. These are just dumb internet polls that they can use in an email or something. He says, also, your intro sucks now. I used to get pumped up to the Arctic Monkeys every time I turned on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. How long has it been since you listened, my dude?
Well, he said, now you have it cut out, and I have nothing to get pumped up to. Sometimes I even have to play it first and do my own radio ramp up to start the day. Make your intro great again, please, says Nathan. Nathan, the best way to listen to this show always is going to be on your favorite radio station that plays the News Junkie radio show. And that is because we have all the rights to play all of the things. Now, when we go to stream on platforms, let's say we're streaming on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie, there's a different set of rules there, and we don't have the rights to stream a lot of music on that side, so we have to mute things out on the stream or anything that even gets close to a copyrighted song. And the podcast is very much the same. You pay for the rights to utilize copyrighted music on a live broadcast. And that's where you're going to hear everything. So it's just the way it goes. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Nick emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and he says, my guess about the suit. So talking about that, the dark cloud. He says, my guess is that they want you to come back to the studio after all the money you spent on your studio, and they're giving you the ultimatum. Am I correct? No. Let me just shut that down with no. There has been zero talk of that, zero discussion about that. This is...
Actually, the only talk about it has been you saying that, maybe I'll come in once in a while.
I said I'm fully willing to. I'll probably never come back in every single day just because the convenience is very, very nice and the flexibility is
Tell
very,
us
very
more
nice.
about how convenient it is to work at your house.
This morning, I was like, God, I miss going to Sean's house.
But
God, it's so nice to not go 85 miles an hour right now.
But that's not what's happening here. It's not a joke. It is, I'll say, where do I want to leave this right now?
I'd say where it's at.
No, you always say that. I will say this. Whilst in my life, I maintain a relatively small set of close friends on account of that's what I like to do. and people seem to hate me. They just don't want to be my friend. Those two things. I have a very big circle of radio friends, people who I've either worked with at some point in time or people that I just got to know through they listen to the show, and then we create some kind of online contact relationship with them. And through one of them who I know well and trust well, I heard some information that was quite alarming to me this weekend. That would, this is putting it mildly, would drastically affect the future of this show. Absolutely drastically affect the future of this show. And for various reasons, that's as far as things are going to go for now. But if I think things are getting more dire, then all hell is going to break loose. That's probably where this will go. So no, not about that. Not about going back to the studio. Not about that at all. Okay, we're going to work in a couple of dispatches. Oh, I said I'd do some updates. Phil Donahue, Montel Williams, fellow talk show host dude, chimed in on this. And he can't just tweet things out because he's Montel. So he puts it out like on a little letterhead and then tweets that out.
He's so excited. No one has heard from you in 20 years. And he's like, well, I dated Kamala.
He's been talking about the Kamala Harris stuff a lot, but today he said, yesterday we lost a true pioneer. Phil Donahue, the godfather of talk shows, forever changed the landscape of television. My thoughts and prayers are with Marlo and his family. Rest in peace, Phil, said Montel Williams. And Phil Donahue was definitely a pioneer in the television talk world, along with many other people. Who was the guy that there was a documentary about him who really started up the most contentious stuff on TV?
Johnny Carson.
No, daytime TV host.
Are you talking about like the producer behind all this, or just the actual host?
The actual host. And he started all this stuff that led to Wendy Williams and all these people.
Like the gossipy kind of stuff?
More confrontational than anything. I'm trying to figure out how to look this guy up. Maybe somebody will know who I'm talking about over on chat, because otherwise I'll have to shut down completely. And
Morton Downey Jr.?
Yes, Morton Downey Jr. There's a documentary about him.
Good work, Bootsy Moonshine.
Can you see what that was called? Morton Downey Jr. was one of the real forefathers of the format of let's put somebody crazy controversial on this stage and let's have sparks fly.
Evocateur.
Yeah, that's
the Morton Downey Jr. movie.
Super interesting. If you're at all interested in that world, it was him behind the scenes, and he would basically go in and be smoking a cigarette, and he'd be like, he had no political side whatsoever. He'd go, who's coming in today? And they'd go, a Republican guy is coming in. Okay, I'm a Democrat today, And whatever it was, he just wanted to be on the other side of it so he could spar with these people and racists, all kinds of different people that he would bring up on the stage. And it led to fireworks crazy. Okay, we're late. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode? Dark Cloud.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I have a bunch of fun stuff. What's coming up on the next episode? Trump bizarrely and falsely claimed a Taylor Swift endorsement, and someone should explain AI to him, please. Nicki Minaj has settled the lawsuit with a, quote, nosy hoe who can say Nicki's name, no mo. Plus, I already wrote this down when Amy said it, but this is the one where Chandler asks his assistant for the big one. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. The uncle you love. Who also frightens you. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. A big 180 in our weather pattern from a comparatively dry weekend to now the muggies, making a big return this work week, complete with storms. Today there's a 40 to 50% chance for an afternoon downpour, maybe a clap of thunder, our high 95 degrees. By the middle of the week, rain chances up to 70%. They will be likely. Make sure you keep an eye to the sky after 11 a.m. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, Labor Day sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy. Plus, get up to a $300 instant gift for pillows and more.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law firm Kaufman Lind. After 20 years of practicing law and being responsible for thousands of people who've lost their jobs, their financial freedom, and even their lives, I believe when trying to decide on an attorney, you should ask yourself three things. How long have they been in business? Do they have good reviews? And do they actually care? Hopefully you never need us, but if you do, call us at 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Or visit us at whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
Jeff Martin Auctioneers is back with a 2-day public auction in Kissimmee, August 20th and 21st, featuring construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Bid your way live on site or online at jeffmartinauctioneers.com. Experience the difference. License AU 4483.
If you're thinking about selling your business, now is the perfect time. Florida's economy has attracted great buyers that are actively seeking new investment opportunities. Simply put, they're looking for businesses just like yours. At Transworld, our mergers and acquisitions team has extensive experience in confidentially selling privately held firms across all industries. Call us today at 833-735-5352. That's 833-SELL-FLA. And speak confidentially with one of our advisors with no obligation. That's 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit transworldma.com. Once again, that's transworldma.com. Transworld Business Advisors, the #1 lower middle market firm in Florida. Good deals, good people.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu. iHeartRadio, let's go! Get tickets now at AXS.com.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad.
You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute.
Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to making memories. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
There is no cloud. He just wanted people to talk about something other than politics. Oh, if only that were it. Okay, we're going to get into things right now. Let's do it. Are you ready? Yes, you're ready. You look ready.
Yeah, I'm so ready.
Wait, now I'm wondering if you are ready.
You never asked me that, so my mic was off. I was doing my, I was hawking up a lug.
Okay, when I do that, my mic tends to be on, so I would appreciate if you hawked your lugs just like mine.
It's already out, but I will definitely keep it on for the next time.
Thankfully, for you, your mic tends to be off, but for me, I apologize to those of you on that side.
Remember those old times where I used to curse? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, the mic was on. I have to dump that. And explain to Sean while I'm screaming the F word.
All right, here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to
I found that clip the other day. That was awesome, dude. That was, whoa.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Real pause, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You found what clip?
The one you were just talking about.
That was recorded?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to play it?
I can't.
Is it funny?
You can barely hear it.
Do you want to edit?
No.
All right.
I don't even know where it is.
Cool.
Smoke weed every day.
I want to hear it, though. Hold up. And I want you all to hear this. That mortgage guy, Don, is the literal best. And a big congratulations to him, my guy, my champion.
Yeah, don't.
Not only was he a fantastic sponsor of the Real Radio Poker Tournament, big shout out to Moses as well, but this is about that mortgage guy, Don. He also got 3rd overall.
Damn.
And top, quote, celebrity, end quote. So
wow.
I'm here to boast for him, and he'll be boasting for you when it comes to refinancing or buying your first dream home. Perhaps your first dream home can be part of the Florida Hometown Heroes program. That is up to $35,000 in down payment assistance. So see if you qualify. Pre-approved today by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
And I can mention both of them at the same time because we'll all be coming back together for the Mo Comedy Jam. That mortgage guy, Don, also a sponsor of that, I believe.
Oh, nice.
We're getting our first drink on him, so much appreciated, and you'll appreciate him too. That mortgageguydon.com. It was 64 years ago. Go. 1960. Russia sent 2 dogs to space.
Space dogs.
Because you already know the end of this clip, don't you?
Did they not make it?
They made it to space. Did they come back to Earth? No. But they sent the dogs Belka and Strekla to space upon Sputnik 2. Now, Belka translates to squirrel, and Strelka translates to little arrow. So they sent squirrel and little arrow to space. They were the first space dogs to tell the tale, kind of, because Sputnik was not designed for recovery, and the dogs died in space.
Some of these photos are just horrific.
I don't want to...
It's just like a little dog, like squished into a space
I think I'd rather be euthanized at Humane Society.
This has got to be fake, right? The dog, like at the glass window
so sad,
of the Space Hub, like sayonara.
But we did it. First dog in space. Space. And someone who's joining them in heaven is John Aprea, who talk about a range of acting.
Yeah?
Not only was he in The Godfather Part 2, but also on this show.
Oh, Full House.
Full House is right. And now he's in full heaven because he died. He played young Tessio in The Godfather Part 2. Which one was Tessio?
I don't know. I don't remember Tessio.
No, me either.
Sleeping with the fish.
Apparently, there was an old version of him. Because
Is that the only thing you know about The Godfather?
Yeah, sleeping with the fish.
And he give me an offer you can't refuse.
Oh, damn, I forgot about that one.
And
put a horse head in
on
your
my
bed.
daughter's wedding. And it was a horse
Give me
head.
your money.
And
I'm Italian.
there you go. That was the third one I was trying to think of. He also played John Stamos' dad in Full House. He died at the age of 83, according to his manager. He died of natural causes in L.A., surrounded by loved ones. Born in 1941 to Italian immigrants in Inglewood, New Jersey, moved to New York City in the early 1960s to pursue acting. And boy, did he pursue it, because he was in a lot of great things, including The Godfather, as well as Full House, as I mentioned, The Rookies, NYPD Blue, The Idol Maker, and The Game. So,
I feel like everybody was on an episode of NYPD Blue and Law and Order. There's so many people who fall in those categories.
On my bucket list, Law and Order, SVU, I don't care. I'll play a dead body.
There's so many
Get me on there, please.
shows. Like it's just inevitable that if you're in the acting world, you land one of those gigs at some point, I guess.
See, I guess I can give you a couple more details, but talk about a gig. You're the assistant of Matthew Perry.
Yes.
You gotta book appointments and apparently give him the big one. Like, as in the ketamine injection that ended up killing him, it seems. Shortly before Matthew Perry died, according to new reports, he asked his assistant to, quote, shoot me up with the big one. After giving Matthew the ketamine injection, the assistant left to run some errands, and that's when Matthew died in his hot tub.
God, that sucks, man.
After following that order, Iwamasa left Matthew in the hot tub, and then when he returned, found Matthew face down in the water. So, hope the errands were worth it. Someone should perhaps double down on the assisting of Donald Trump and the explanation of AI. Now, the last time we talked about Donald Trump and AI in the same sentence, he was claiming that Kamala's big airplane hangar rally was all AI, right? The
crowd was fake.
Crowd was completely fake. But there he was over the weekend sharing a very poorly done AI of Taylor Swift endorsing Donald Trump.
He must know Taylor Swift doesn't like him, right?
But he said, captioned the collage with, I accept. I accept. He does it soft first, and then he screams it. So he shared a fake news article that falsely claims Swift fans are turning to Trump following a recent terror plot targeting her concert in Austria. Collage of posts featured AI-generated photos of women wearing Swifties for Trump t-shirts. And then he captioned, I accept. To be clear, she has not endorsed any candidate for president since 2024. Also criticized him many a times.
If she endorses Trump, I will eat this laptop.
No, you just got it. Eat the old one.
No, this is the old one. This is the
But
old
do you
one.
have the AI-generated images by any chance? Or?
No, I'll look it up, though. Hang on.
That'd be great. I'm just curious how bad it was.
No, let's see. I just don't know. I'm trying to get
It's on
inside.
TMZ.com. Go to TMZ.com and scroll down.
www.
I'm trying to get inside Trump's head to see, is he trolling? Because sometimes he is trolling. Or does he actually think, is there a little bit of him that goes, ooh, maybe she likes me. Maybe she's into this.
I mean, I'm sure he'll go back and be like, I was kidding. I was just doing a joke. I'm the funniest man alive.
Here we go. Swifties for Trump. Taylor wants you to vote for Donald Trump, and Swifties for Trump. Yeah. And he
a
said,
lot
I
of small
accept.
images.
Yeah, I don't know if I can make it any bigger.
This is not AI. This is before AI. And congratulations to the super rich guy who bought the hat from this.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is right. And the BBC is reporting that the hat specifically created for the 1984 second installment of the record-breaking series Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, that hat has been sold. For how much money in auction?
Oh, that's a good one.
It has his sweat.
They even sell fake versions of that.
Correct.
So that makes it a
At the theme
big
park.
prop. Yeah, they will. I'm going to say Indiana Jones hat went for, I screw this up every time,
It's a trap.
$250,000.
That is a guess, Christopher.
God,
$300,000.
That is also a guess. $630,000
Wow.
at auction. Wow, indeed. We also had props from Star Wars franchise.
Franchise.
Trying to make up the sentence in which that makes sense, but franchise, as well as Harry Potter and James Bond.
Yeah.
Sold auction items. I knew you were waiting for me. Went for $115,000. That is the George Michael jacket that he was in the Aretha Franklin music video for.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Great song.
Sean's mom would have liked that jacket.
She would have loved that.
Speaking of jackets, I think this is the 15th Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial jacket that was also sold. $300,000.
Damn.
I really don't even know where the real one is, but congratulations to all the rich people. So proud of you. On the boob tube, we have The Bachelorette on ABC. Name That Tune on Fox. We have the first day of the Democratic National Convention, baby. And the series premiere of The Anonymous, which is going to be on Sci-Fi, Bravo, and USA. Reality competition where players socialize face-to-face and also interact with each other online through secret usernames. Whoever can remain anonymous and avoid elimination gets $100,000.
Oh, yeah, a little low.
A little low. Michael Keaton on Fallon and You. Follow your dreams. I'm on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, Murky.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we've got a ton of stuff, and I don't just say that like every other radio host. We got a ton of stuff to actually get into. I don't know if we're going to fit everything in today.
Ayo.
We got an update on the Mexico mystery story. Believe it or not, that's
Talking
still
to
floating
Mom?
along. I love the idea of talking to Mom, but she loves not responding to any more messages
How many
from
more
me.
times did you message her this
I did not
weekend?
message her. I told you I wouldn't do it. I'm a man of my word. I did not message her anymore. I only messaged her 3 times total after she messaged me twice. So that's where the standoff shall end. Unless she follows up, we'll see. Because we got updates coming your way in a neighborhood full of asses. Everywhere you can look.
Sign me up.
Another ass to behold. What's going on? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Smell that? It's almost football season. Hear the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season here on Real Radio 104.1, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Savings vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Listen for the keywords right here on Real Radio each weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. This contest presented locally by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Thank you from Fence Outlet, Central Florida's top fencing company. As we celebrate 30 years in business, We want to thank our customers for their trust and support. We couldn't have reached this milestone without you. Find out more at fenceoutlet.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
You met with the stable boy despite your father's orders. He hoisted you onto the saddle and you wrapped your arms around him, embracing his silent strength. He lay you down amongst the wildflowers. You experienced love like never before. While you were buying dish soap. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-stopping romance titles on Audible. You scaled the sheer cliff face, battling frostbite, running low on oxygen. The wind pierced your skin, and every inch was agony. You reached heights no other human had before, while getting nowhere at airport security. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling action titles on Audible.
I'm Geraldine Thompson. As state senator, I do not back down. I stand up to protect our voting rights and abortion rights from extremists. As mother and grandmother, I stand up to those who want to take away funds from public schools and put more guns in our streets and classrooms. I'll never stop standing up for you. By August 20th, vote Geraldine Thompson for Florida Senate District 15, political advertisement paid for and approved by Geraldine Thompson, Democrat for State Senate.
Renewal by Andersen is having their end of summer sale, and it's hotter than the Florida sun, and that's saying something. Renewal by Andersen's windows combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather, which is more important than ever now that we're in the midst of the hurricane season, especially if you live on Florida's coast. Plus, everything is made in the USA. Now through August 31st, receive $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors. Plus, zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today and be one of the first 50 callers and receive a free True Scene screen upgrade. Again, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. JD Power 2023 award information. Visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Subscribers, learn more about how you can unlock secret shows over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. Spent an uncomfortable amount of time this weekend on the dumbest task I think I've ever focused on.
What's that?
Like maybe an hour spent on one task because I was like, oh, I want to do something here. We're driving along. We're coming back from having lunch together, and Courtney puts on this radio station. And they were playing what I think is maybe one of the corniest songs of all time. And a lot of people like it. I think Courtney even likes it. I'm not sure. But it's that song, Party Like a Rock Star. You know what I'm talking about when I say that? Yeah.
Like a rock star.
And I said, this is the whitest
it's a
song.
Totally dude.
It sounds like two cool producers go, you know, a lot of white people come to rap shows.
Or something like that.
No, it's like somebody with, and there's like a Z, boys with a Z, something boys.
New Boys?
I can't remember the name of the band. Something boys
Shop
with a Z.
Boys.
Shop Boys. Shop Boys with a Z. And I felt like these two guys were like, a lot of white people come out to these rap shows. Let's do a rap song, and we'll say Party Like a Rock Star, and we'll say inexplicably Totally Dude as come out of the chorus. And I was like, this song is so weird. And I said, you know what I really want? I want the part, I just want where they go, totally dude.
Totally dude.
I want just that part, totally dude. And I want to use that when somebody leaves a dumb dispatch, like something that just doesn't land. And then afterwards I could play totally dude. And I was dreaming of all the ways in which I was going to use this. And I used every AI I could to take that song and strip just totally dude from the core of that song so I could have it on the show.
So here's the deal.
To no avail.
I don't have access to it right now, but if we have a DJ listening, uses Serato Pro. They have a beautiful thing called Stems now.
Okay.
And if they were to have that song, you click Stems, and then you can just get vocals.
Okay, I've seen this.
Or
I was
did
using
you look up acapella for this song?
I did the acapella AI thing where I stripped it from the track. But the problem is there's other vocals happening at the same time as he says, totally dude. And the best I could do was find some young girl who was saying the lyrics of the song, and then that was it. That was what I landed on there at some point. And I don't know. I don't really feel super comfortable about that. That's what's going to stick for now.
One.
Cool.
No, it's got to be that song. That was good too, though.
Cool.
It's such a corny, weird song.
No, this is royalty free.
Yeah, it sounds too crisp to be that, to me at least. Anyhow, yeah. So I've spent like maybe an hour trying every which way, and then I'd go, I can't get it, and Courtney go, it's interesting, you can't get it. I bet C-Line could get it, and I'd go, shut your mouth, and I'd go back to the computer, typing on the, trying everything I possibly could. No luck. It just didn't work out.
Did that upset you that she thinks that I could get it?
Yeah.
So my one of my stepmother's favorite things for a long time was that would ribbit my dad was if he couldn't figure out something, how to hook something up, if something wasn't working, she would go, well, maybe you should call Chris. We should call Chris. I don't need to call Chris.
Yeah, when she brought that up, I was like, I'll work harder. I'll get this going. And every time there's somebody stepping on the to totally do that I wanted. All right, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Real quick, Brent emails the show. He says, good day. Thank you all for keeping me sane through the workday for the countless years you have been doing this. Quick question. How do I access a specific show you guys had when I cannot remember the date of it, but I really want to listen to it?
Good luck.
I'm referring to the show that you all broke the terrible murder in Eustis, Florida, a couple of weeks ago. The possessed family where the husband and 2 daughters committed suicide after killing the cop. Thanks, and let me know. I would say look at the descriptions of the show, because if something was talked about for more than 5 seconds, it's probably in the description. And then
why that show?
I don't know. But on some platforms, like I know on iTunes, every single podcast that gets uploaded to iTunes, they transcribe it so that you can search within the show. So you might be able to do it that way too. I don't know. Don't get me started on how podcast discovery is just absolute rubbish, trash, garbage. It truly is. It's like, and we brought this up on the show before. You want to have a popular podcast? Be famous already. That's the way to do it. Very, very few cases are out there where somebody wasn't famous and had a popular podcast. And if they are, it's usually on the backs of something else that was famous, like a true crime podcast that focuses on all these famous stories, and then people find the true crime podcast, or a Harry Potter podcast. But just 2 guys who, or like 2 gals who start a podcast with a couple of microphones out of nowhere and want to get found, it's insanely difficult, and it's a problem that needs to be fixed. I don't think anybody's doing a super great job of it just yet. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, and Scott emails. He says, hey, Sean, there's another story about contaminated foreign object chicken nuggets. Hopefully this one goes better. And he sends a story from Fox Business about chicken nuggets being contaminated. But I spent this weekend wondering what the hell was going on, where there was a video making the rounds. And let me see if I can bring this up. I believe it was Taylor Swift's dad. And Taylor Swift's dad was at a Taylor Swift concert, as you might imagine, and was handing out chicken nuggets to all of the young people in attendance at the Taylor Swift show. And I was
Hello,
like,
young
why?
people. Have a nuggie.
Here it is right here. Well, I was like, why is this happening? It's just some random guy walking along, handing out chicken nuggets to all of the Taylor Swift fans. And it turned out to be Taylor Swift's dad.
But
for
of
some
all
reason
things,
doing this. Chicken
I'd
nuggets
be
are
down
good.
for a quick nuggie snack.
Oh, yeah. I tried some
in the
this
middle
weekend.
Of a concert.
I tried some this week. I was like, I heard these were good. I want to give them a shot. I tried Chicken Guy, the Guy Fieri place.
Oh, you paid $70 for 3 nuggets?
It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't super far off. For 2 bottles of water and 5 tenders, I think it was $12. So pretty pricey. And then they want you to tip at the, like at the cashier's thing or whatever. At the front desk. And so obviously you tip. I'm not going to not give them anything. There's a ton of people back there.
I did that one time this weekend because, sometimes I'll say no. Sometimes I'll say yes. I'm more likely to say yes when it's just the roundup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you want to round up? So ABC's doing that. You want to round up to the nearest dollar for cancer? And I said, sure, I'll do that. I go, especially since I just stiffed the March of Dimes at Publix.
I can't do 2 in a row. You look at that, you go, ABC, there's 4 people working here? All the things that you're selling are huge markups. It's liquor, for God's sake. The only thing with a higher markup than liquor is makeup or perfume. The only thing with a higher markup that I can think of is those two things. And that store, if you can't afford to throw all the money for me that you're getting and everybody else to pay your employees a little bit more, come on. The tipping there seems weird. Christopher emails, not you, another one. Airing of grievances.
Oh, good.
This has nothing to do with anything recently. All right, good start, Christopher. I just think about it sometimes. Being from Georgia, anytime you talk about Gwinnett County, I cringe at the pronunciation. It's said Gwinnett, not how it looks. Gwinnett County? Okay, I'll try to remember that. GWA-net is what he says. Gwinnett County. Okay. Maybe I'm screwing up that too. I don't know. But there you go. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. We'll get to the update on the Mexico mystery in a moment and some of your dispatches. But a neighborhood full of asses in Peoria, Arizona. They said, while it isn't something you see every day, we have learned that anything is possible in Arizona. Residents of the Vistancia neighborhood in Peoria got a visit from some wild donkeys after the sun went down on Wednesday night. Arizona wildlife is in our neighborhood taking advantage of the nighttime temperatures. And you see the donkeys everywhere in this neighborhood going nuts, and people were freaking out about it. I didn't even know. Do you know that there's like just wild donkeys roaming around Arizona?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think that was a thing. I know there's very, very, very limited populations of wild horses out there. Very, very limited populations of wild horses.
So cool.
It's beautiful when you see them. You like see a whole group of them running together or something. But I didn't know that they had wild donkeys.
But how
in
do they
Arizona.
maintain their hooves? That is my
They don't, I guess.
It haunts me because it pops up all the time with like the hoof tenders, and that's not the proper name. But they're the ones who like go and
chip it down.
Yeah, and like it's a whole thing to put on the horseshoe, and then they find. Even with cows, too, they find, like, the calcium buildup and have to drain it or what have you. But, like, then you have wild horses. And what do they do?
That's a weird one. Sometimes I wonder, is this a response of humans? Because evolutionarily, usually an animal wouldn't have to deal with something that requires humans. But I think, could be wrong. Experts in the world of sheep, let me know if I'm wrong here. I think we've, like, bred sheep so that they need us. And have you ever seen when a sheep gets away and then is like away from humans for a long time, and then it comes back and it needs to be shaved incredibly bad?
Even dogs that get away in their long-haired dogs, and it's like, we just took off 40 pounds of matted hair from this dog.
Yeah, like, here's an example right here. That's what I'm talking about.
That's sad, man.
You have this, and this sheep just is now bred to have an insane, ridiculous amount of hair.
Poor thing.
And they need the humans to save them. So I don't know if we've done that with the donkeys and the horses, too.
Looks comfortable.
Humans screw stuff up. It does look like you can just fall over and it's just completely comfortable. I'll put that on See It Now during the break over on the newsjunkie.com. Now, let's go to you. Let's hear what you got with your dispatches. Here is Mommy Salami talking about ketamine.
Hey guys, so you guys were talking about the Matthew Perry ketamine thing, and just an interesting story. So I have like this weird tolerance toward a lot of different drugs. It's like, I think it's like a genetic thing.
Are you a redhead?
But, one time I went into the hospital for an injury, and they gave me IV morphine, and it did absolutely nothing to me. I've done ketamine before, like just trying to like find something that actually affects me, and I was like, why are people into this? It doesn't do it literally did absolutely nothing to me at all. I felt no difference. I had an epidural with my last pregnancy, and it worked initially for a little while, and then it faded. They told me that there was like a very rare possibility that it wouldn't work for me, but like it works for everybody. It's literally an IV in your back.
Oh, stopped right there. I'm sorry. Fine. Thank you, Mommy Salami. Appreciate that. That happens with some people. And
I heard
it must
redheads are like impossible to give
anesthesia.
Anesthesia too. That's what it was.
Yeah. That's a thing that I've heard many times before. And then other people just don't respond to the same stuff. For instance, Courtney, she can wake up and drink an iced coffee. I swear to you, I've seen this before. And drink a Celsius, and then like an hour later be like, I gotta take a nap. I'm tired. And I would go, I could never dream of that. I take the 1 Celsius.
I'm gonna go run 5 laps around the block with my pants off.
I need like 15 hours to burn off this caffeine, but she's not nearly as impacted.
Why are your pants off?
Because he's freaking out.
Did I say my pants were off?
No, I just was making a funny, just adding to it.
I was looked down at the dispatch and I was like, did I just say my pants are off?
No.
I hope I didn't say that. All right, here goes Jim with the dispatch about horses.
Yeah. Not in here from the start.
I believe the people that work on horses, donkeys, whatever's feet is called a farrier.
A farrier?
I'm not positive, but I believe it's a farrier.
Thank you.
All right, that's helpful. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that.
Turn on the radio next time.
Postal Peisenberg, he's updated his name. Postal Peisenberg has a dispatch.
Okay, as someone who also grew up in the metro Atlanta area, you screwed it up again, Sean. I don't know why he spelled it phonetically that way, but it is pronounced just like it's spelled. It's not Gwinnett, it's not Gwinnett, it's Gwinnett. Gwinnett County. G-W-I-N-E-T-T. Gwinnett County. It's
right,
not
I'm locking it in. I'll do my best. I don't want to be like the traffic people.
Postal carrier.
Traffic people are they'll screw it up. And when I say traffic people, I mean the people who give out the traffic on this radio station. They will say the names of streets, and everybody goes,
"Well, you like Cimarron?"
Cimarron. I said it right.
Altamonte.
Altamonte. Yeah. So I don't want to be like that. Gwinnett. Wait. No. Gwinnett. Right? Isn't that right? Gwinnett. I think is what he said. Gwinnett. All right, I'm working on it. I will try to get it locked in. I promise you, I try to focus on saying things the correct way. Let's do one last dispatch real quick. Here is Snob Wasson with a dispatch.
What's up, junkies? How's it going? Moonrise tonight is at 7:35, 7:36 if you're sitting on the beach. It's kind of beautiful to see because you're sitting there and all of a sudden, bing, there's the moon.
There it is.
Especially if it's going to be a super blue ball, super something moon. Anyways, wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Have a great Monday, everybody.
Right back at you. Appreciate you. We're waiting for your dispatch. Join us on the show. You can yell at me. You can ask questions. You can suggest different stories that maybe we're missing. You could do anything. Whatever's on your mind is what we're waiting for. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and fire off a dispatch right now. When we return, man, do I have a story for jury duty. That's coming up a little bit later. But we have to talk about these little cups that are showing up at Trump rallies. And is it AI? Is it fake news? Is it real? What's it all about? What's in the little fake cups? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
This dude, Matt Rife, I think he's an odd-looking dude. I don't find it. Look, he ain't my kind of man. I don't find him attractive.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Saucy Nugs. A whole new way to nug. The best nugs are now even better. Wendy's new Saucy Nugs take the nugs you love and sauce them up in bold flavors, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and spicy ghost pepper. Try them all today. For a whole new way to nug, it's gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance?
There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest. iHeart app, search Yacht Rock and start listening. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the
Weirdest story in a very long time in jury duty. But right there on the cusp of the weirdest story of all time is something that's been spotted at some of the Trump rallies maybe this weekend. I don't know. Is it AI? Is it fake news? Hard to tell these days, but we'll get to that in just a bit here. We talked about a dark cloud over the show right now. So I want to tell you, with a dark cloud in mind, now more than ever, you need to go subscribe to the podcast. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, and you'll see where the podcast is. It's absolutely free for you to subscribe. And if all hell ever breaks loose, that's where you're going to hear the next thing. And sometimes there's some of you who listen, you're a little disconnected. You love the show, you listen every day, but you just tune in, you hit the number on your radio, or it's just locked in all the time, and you hear the show. And then when the show's not there, you're like, what happened to that? That's why you subscribe to the podcast, so you can be in the know, so you can catch up with the show every single day, and then when all hell breaks loose, you'll know what's going on. Go over to the podcast, go to thenewsjunkie.com, subscribe. You'll see the links for iHeartRadio and iTunes or whatever you got. No matter where you want to listen, that is fine by us. We just want you to be with us each day and enjoy the show. So there you go. Go do that if you don't mind. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and subscribe to the podcast for free. There are some little cups that have been seen at these Trump events over the weekend.
Little cups.
And when I say little cups, I mean little cups. And I'm trying to figure out, is this AI? Is it like the weirdest ever merch that somebody's selling? I don't quite get it. All right, I don't quite understand it, but I can show you some photographs that are allegedly true and is allegedly not some sort of AI, and we'll go from there. We'll try to figure out if we can go any deeper. Here is what I'm talking about. These people spotted at these Trump rallies, these Trump events, right here, have been carrying these tiny little cups with them, and it says J.D. Vance, and it's got J.D. Vance's face on it. And then it says full family kit. And I'm just a regular guy here doing a radio show.
That's supposed to be for semen.
It seems like it's a sample size little jar for that, for number 3. That's what it looks like to me.
I mean, as somebody who has experience, can confirm.
Yeah. So you're familiar with these things, and that is what it would look like were you to actually have one of those number 3 sample containers. And it says J.D. Vance has got his face, and it says full family kit. And they're carrying them, if this is real, around this event, which
and what
seems
they want them to do what with that?
I don't know if they want them to do anything with
their
it.
semen to J.D. Vance?
No, I think that this might be about the crazy cat ladies comment or something, or like about how they're for family. I'm very confused, to be honest with you.
It's weird. That's a weird thing to be carrying around, a cup for semen.
It's a weird piece of merch. It's the weirdest piece of merch I think I could ever have imagined. That I can imagine more. This guy's got the Trump shirt on where it's him after getting shot with the flag in the background, and it says fight, fight, fight. If you were in the moment and saw the assassination attempt, you could have fast forwarded right to this moment. And the only thing that would have surprised you is the cup in this guy's hand. And then there's another one, some ladies holding their J.D. Vance full family kit. I don't know. If it's real, it seems like a weird one. But this is allegedly something that's happening out there.
The comments on these are quite
At what point
comical.
do you get the alleged part? And I'm asking that like...
Well,
not
because just like the Taylor Swift stuff, I don't know what's AI. I haven't seen like a video or anything else where you see people actually carrying this, or was somebody trying to troll them and handing those out and then taking photographs of them afterwards. I just really don't know. Or like I said, was it a booth and then they've got a bunch of weird merch and this is one of the merch things they have? Something about it is strange. Obviously, they're all from the same place because they all look exactly the same. So people aren't making these up on their own. They got it from the event at some place from some person. But was it meant to mock them and somebody did it and handed them out and then took pictures of them? Or were they really behind it? Was somebody giving these out? I don't know. I just know that it's kind of bizarre and I would not be doing that myself. But here we are regardless. Okay, we're going to get to more of your dispatches momentarily here. and see what you have on your mind. In jury duty, I'll do the update on the Mexico mystery and see what's happening with that. But we do have an update on a big story that's bubbling out there, and that is what's going to happen with this Judge Merchant. Judge Merchant is the judge that's presiding over the Trump case in New York, where he was found guilty of these various counts, 30-some-odd counts of banking issues. And whether you agree with the charge or not, it doesn't matter. We're here. And there's a sentencing level that's supposed to come right before you would have like an October surprise before the election. And it's supposed to be in the month of September when this sentencing comes through. And the judge could literally sentence Trump to actual jail time for a while, or just say, I'm not going to actually sentence you to anything because that would be very, very bad for the country right now. And a lot of you are like, who cares? You have the same justice for everybody. If Trump went to jail for a year for this, it would be catastrophic. It would be terrible. And it would very clearly look to me, just me, from my perspective, like you had people using the judicial system for political reasons to jail their opponents. That's what it would look like. But the district attorney's office said they're deferring to Justice Merchant on whether or not to grant Trump's request for a sentencing delay. The judge has suggested that he was not going to do that. So we could have in September, around the middle of September, that big, gigantic news story drop. We'll keep our eyes on it and see what happens next. Okay, when we come back, jury duty, and here it is, right here. Oh, boy. This is the weirdest story that's been in jury duty for quite some time. We'll get to that. I also got an email. All right, and everybody can email the show if you want. You could be anonymous, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. But this is a very special and specific email. And this is related to a true travesty that happened on this very radio show on Friday. This email.
Oh, what'd you guys do?
This email's from Lil Mo. And we're going to have to address something that's happening here.
It's got a mouth on him.
Has emailed after our interaction, our run-in on the show. We'll see what Lil Mo has to say and get into some more stuff. We got to talk about this this show that we've all been watching together. Strangely enough, we all end up watching the same show, and we'll discuss that as well. Jury duty and much more coming up next on the News Junkie.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends.
What you do? I wouldn't want to be like you.
Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
As the new-look Steelers offense continues to sputter, could Mike Tomlin find himself on the hot seat? I mean, we've seen Andy Reid, Belichick, and Pete Carroll run out of the league at one point. The NFL has pivoted to offense. Pittsburgh's anemic. They can't protect quarterbacks, can't run the ball, look disorganized. The Steelers need a quick start this year, or to me, Mike Tomlin, the heat is deserved. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Renewal by Andersen is having their end of summer sale, and it's hotter than the Florida sun, and that's saying something. Renewal by Andersen's windows combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather, which is more important than ever now that we're in the midst of the hurricane season, especially if you live on Florida's coast. Plus, everything is made in the USA. Now through August 31st, receive $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors. Plus, 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. And be one of the first 50 callers and receive a free True Scene screen upgrade. Again, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Jeff Martin Auctioneers is back with a 2-day public auction in Kissimmee, August 20th and 21st, featuring construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Bid your way live on site or online at jeffmartinauctioneers.com. Experience the difference. License AU 4483.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
very bizarre story. Real quick, addressing some of the people in chat who out at a loud volume anytime somebody says anything other than like throw Trump in prison forever. There's like 4 or 5 of you who have absolutely bizarre thinking processes. Uphold the law, apply the law evenly to everybody. When you think about things from that perspective, I would say, first of all, I don't believe you. I don't believe that you actually think that. Because if you said that and believed that, then you would say Biden should be sentenced as well because he had classified documents by his Corvette or whatever in his garage. Technically, the judge said Biden was breaking the law by having those documents there, but said, hey, he's an old man. He didn't know what he's doing, and no big deal. We don't need to prosecute him for this because it would be ridiculous. I don't believe that you believe what you're saying. I think you just orange man bad. You're orange man batting it, which is boring. Boring to me. And the other thing is, if you say apply the law fairly to everybody, if you look at this case, 0 people on planet Earth have ever been charged with a felony for this. 0 people. Very, very novel that it's gone after one person only. And you got to get over this thing where like you can't hear anything in your ears other than Trump evil, bad, Trump bad, all over and over and over again. It makes you dumb. It really retards your brain. And you got to fight that. I can't let so many people be like this. It's really, really a shame to see how stupid all of this makes some people. And I don't want that to happen. So fight through it, please. All right. Before we get to jury duty, Lil Mo has sent an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I did not expect this. It says the real Lil Mo at yahoo.com.
Yahoo.
I don't know why they went with the Yahoo. Didn't even go with the
Get him a little Gmail account?
Yeah, didn't even go with like a justcallmo.com email address. Unless this is a phony Lil Mo. This could be a phony Lil Mo. How do I know? I'm rhyming. Hey, Sean, I know, I've been sitting here thinking it's time I let you know something, says Lil Mo. I absolutely can't stand you. Every time you open your damn mouth on the News Junkie, I want to shove my puppet fist right through the radio. You're obnoxious, loud, and if I could, I'd mute your ass every single time. You know who is the shining light in all this chaos? Sabrina. She's the best thing about the show.
That was very sweet.
And honestly, the only reason I still bother tuning in, Lil Mo says, allegedly. She's funny, smart, and actually knows how to carry a conversation without making me want to scream. Not to mention super sexy for a non-puppet, says Lil Mo.
He was only saying that because I was elbow deep in
you
him.
You were inside Lil Mo, strangely enough. That was true. If you don't know what this is all about, you can go back to Friday's show on the podcast and listen in.
It was
Maybe
a time.
you'll enjoy it.
It was a very fun time.
It was something. And
Lil Mo kept passing out. I'm about to. It's very hot in here, and then it gets very cold in here. Very hot in here, and then cold.
I don't know if Mo... I don't know how Mo felt about this, but he came up to me at the poker tournament and he goes, I didn't bring Lil Mo. I didn't want to upset you. I didn't want to like piss you off, so I didn't bring Lil Mo over. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you can bring Lil Mo. It's I'm not really pissed off. I mean, I hate Lil Mo, yes, and I don't think I'll turn the corner on that because Lil Mo started it with me out of nowhere. But overall, and this is shots fired. Like this is mega shots fired. If that indeed is actually Lil Mo, I don't know. It's very hard to determine. I guess I could ask Moses to clarify if that truly is coming from the office of Lil Mo or not. I don't know. We'll have to see. Real quick before jury duty, one last email. Nobody emails and says, saying I got it wrong about the peace deal and Hamas. He says, Hamas didn't abandon the deal. Not sure where you're getting your info from. According to World News. What's World News? It's Israel stalling police talks. They don't want an end of the war. They want to enlarge the war. That way, we come into a direct confrontation with Iran. It's Benjamin Netanyahu, that doesn't want a deal because if there's no war, he has no more immunity. He'll be tried by Israel for corruption in the International Criminal Court for war crimes, blah, blah, blah. This goes on for a while. Israel is not some innocent country, and historical facts mean nothing to people nowadays. Okay, this is another thing that makes people even more dumb is Israel and Palestine. Israel has literally signed the peace deal. They have literally signed the peace deal, and Hamas rejected it. They said they didn't want to do it. Hamas is surprised that after getting their ass kicked for nearly a year now, they are not getting the deal of their dreams. Well, that's how wars go. Deal with the deal that you get that maybe will allow you to survive a day longer. Sign the deal, which is brokered by the Biden administration and is the W that Biden's looking for on his way out. Israel has signed it. It's on Hamas. So you're wrong. Your brain is full of worms like RFK Jr., and you need to get with it a little bit on the Israel front. It's not just a bunch of terrible Jews over there ruining the world like I'm sure you believe. Now we go over to this. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? just call Mo.
This is a full-size
call
Mo.
This is full-size Mo, which I'm totally good with him. And he's great, and he's awesome, and he's going to fight for you. So that's why you need
and Sean's going to fight Lil Mo.
It would be weird. It would be a very weird fight, a strange battle. But we're just not getting along right now. What am I supposed to say? We're at odds. We're at loggerheads here. Me and Mo, me and Big Mo? No, not like that. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. A woman is in court after a video went viral online. A lot of you, strangely enough, are probably going to Google searching for this video after the words escape my mouth. That makes you weird. I want you to know that. All right? That makes you curious, but also maybe a little bit weird.
So if I search for it right now, I'm weird?
Well, you tell me. The video that went viral all over the interweb
Facebook,
was
Instagram, Twitter. Y'all see this?
involving this woman from Tasmania. So she's a Tasmanian woman. It was involving her and a live brown trout.
Yeah, I'm good.
Use your mind from there. And they said a Tasmanian woman is accused of a sex act with a live fish on a boat. She's appeared in court for the first time. Imagine having this attached to your name and like her face and everything, this 58-year-old woman. They said she asked for an adjournment without a plea. She faces 3 charges right now, and she's been charged with 2 counts of making or reproducing content like this, and it goes back into court in October. Her husband is also accused, 55-year-old Ashley Hullum is his name, and he's not entered a plea either. He's charged with 3 counts of different stuff related to the video as well. But I'm sure the trout searches are through the roof, just through the roof on this one. I'm all right. I'm okay. It's like when people tell me things like, they'll say, oh, have you seen this video? Oh, you got to see it. And I go, do I? I don't know if I need to see that. I don't know.
Yeah, but you watch a lot of,
news stuff, war stuff, that kind of stuff. But a woman and a fish is not to my delight. I don't need to see that necessarily. I've already seen it before, honestly. I've seen a video like this previously.
I think I have too, because of this show.
It wouldn't be new. It would just be more.
How many times we have to see people banging fish?
We don't. We don't need to see one.
Draw the line in the water, guys.
Yes, we don't need to have any of these. Leave the fish alone, folks.
You're the one that keeps bringing it up, man.
Leave them alone. It's
Change
a
your
news story.
alerts.
What am I supposed to say?
It didn't pop up for me.
Leslie says, and I hate these comments. This burns me. It's one of the only things that triggers me. This is old LOL. This is brand new news from today. She just appeared in court. Absolutely. Brand new news. Stop doing that. Please. 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 Okay, let's get to a dispatch or two and see what's going on your mind. Here is Bart versus Bill Gates talking about those little cups at the Trump rallies. Hang on. I got to get that in here. Here it is, ready for you now.
Hey guys, wanted to comment on the cup at the Trump rally thing.
Yeah.
This to me smells like a Daily Show bit. I've been watching that lately, and
it could be.
This smells like a Daily Show bit, and I feel like Kimmel just did this like a couple months ago, where he had someone out in the crowd dressed as a Trump fan, and then just. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But
I would not be surprised if you're right. Who's the guy on the Daily Show who does these bits? I think his name starts with a K or something, or maybe not. I might be wrong.
There's a lot of Daily Show bits, though.
But I'm talking about where they have the guy with the microphone go out and he'll like ask questions to say Trump people.
Tall, skinny guy.
Yes. The guy who's like
his name.
And he'll ask them questions and try to make them look stupid and stuff. Klepper, is it Klepper? Jordan Klepper is coming to mind, but I don't know if that's right.
That's one of the correspondents, Jordan Klepper.
It could be something that they're doing. It could be a late night show bit. I don't know. Late night shows are just trying to hang on by the thread that they're hanging on by. As far as the boob tube is concerned, I think they just got off of, if they are back, a very long vacation for almost every single late night show.
Well, doesn't Kimmel takes the summers off and lets other people host?
Yeah.
Oh, does
Kimmel's
he?
going on like week 3 of guest hosts.
I didn't even know. I didn't know that he was doing that.
But he was the only one that was on live when everyone else during the Olympics and something else. They were off for like 2 weeks.
He's talked about retiring before. I don't know if he's really on the verge of it or if he's just screwing around with that. But I've heard Kimmel talking about retiring, and then that brought something to mind. I said, oh, wow. When I was younger, my dad was reacting as all of the late night hosts, who's the famous guy from NBC from way back in the day? Johnny Carson retiring, all these different people retiring from the world of late night TV. And wow, this is just a monumental day. And now we're getting at that point. We're getting to the point where the late night hosts that a lot of us grew up with of a certain age are all getting there.
Well, for me, I was a big Letterman fan, so I've already gone through this.
Yeah. Letterman was really huge when I was younger. And that show, people don't understand this because they maybe only saw the older version of that. But young Letterman was crazy and controversial and much more like a Conan O'Brien type character.
Really?
And fun. Yeah, he was fun. He did all kinds of fun stuff. He's a talented guy, without a doubt. But we're starting to see some of these folks get too old and wanting to retire themselves. Here's Rux with the Dispatch. Let's see what he says.
Yo, what's going on, junkies? This is Rux. Sorry if it's loud in the car. Sean, I just wanted to ask you, this is a serious question.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that if they did, in fact, put Trump in jail at this point, I do agree with you. It would probably be chaotic from that point forward. But if they don't sentence him and they just allow it to go on or be postponed or stuff that they wouldn't do for anybody else, wouldn't that kind of be seen as this person is above the law? Because it wouldn't necessarily be in the political arena that one side is using the judicial system to actually jail their opponent if the opponent actually did do something to be jailed.
Right, I understand.
So I just wanted to, I guess, just kind of pick your brain on that. All right, I'm out. Y'all be east.
Y'all be east? Easy? He must have said easy. The transcription said east. Appreciate your question. I just think that if this were anybody else, literally anybody, that there would not be talk of a sentencing. There clearly would not be a felony because it's never been done before, and there wouldn't be talk of a sentencing. There would be a judge probably going, here's your slap on the wrists. Don't do this moving forward. This is the most white collar of white collar crimes I've ever heard of. Martha Stewart is a bigger criminal than this. And we would move on. But that's not what it is. And so a lot of people, some of them well-meaning, are blinded by it. And they're like, well, if anybody else did it, they go to jail. Because people don't understand what's been happening with this case. If you got Trump on something good, like sedition, or my favorite case against him would be the case in Atlanta about the electors and the fake slate of electors that Trump wanted to push through, and whether or not that's actually legal or illegal. Problem is, the Supreme Court had a ruling about presidential immunity recently that probably would suggest that you're not going to make any hay out of that. But I just don't think if this was anybody else, there'd be an issue. And it makes people's brains break to discuss some of these things. It's weird how that happens. One more. Actually, you know what? We're behind. We're going to take a quick break so we stay on time here for once. When we return, we'll talk about Ernesto that's out there. Ernesto is on the move, and a woman does the most disgusting thing at a grocery store. What's going on here? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The NFL preseason concludes as the Tampa Bay Bucs host the Miami Dolphins this Friday. Coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back.
Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgagguydon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
Is any news on the dark cloud thing, or was that just another Wasson prank? It is absolutely, I can't be any more clear about this. It is absolutely, positively not a prank, okay? This is absolutely...
Yeah, but also when you're pranking somebody and somebody goes, is this a prank? You don't go, yes, it's a prank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't admit to it, I guess, but I'm telling you it's not a prank. It's not a prank, and I can't get into too much more about it right now than I already have. I'll put some hints out there. Deal with that as you will. Somebody, thanks to the person who sent Sabrina the Totally Dude, it ran into the same problem that mine did from the Party Like a Rock Star song, where it's like it's got the part before it, so Totally Dude. See, you can't. I need like the stems, as you were saying, like the elements of the song, so I could just get Totally Dude.
And then press copy and paste 4 times.
It's not going to work on that. It's just over the whole thing. It's
Have you considered hitting up the Shop Boys or whatever they're called?
They're out there somewhere, probably. You think they're still touring, the Shop Boys?
Absolutely not.
I haven't heard much about them in a very long time, but they were big for at least a week when that song came out. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com.
Totally, dude.
And Brian emails the show. Good afternoon, News Junkie crew. Love your show. First time dispatch/email. After hearing you discuss the Shop Boys and their song Party Like a Rock Star, I had to listen to it. I'd never heard of them, and I was intrigued. My review of this song came directly from my ears. My ears were quivering, so much so that they started vomiting, ear vomit, if you will, with a side dish of diarrhea. I'm not sure how much entertainment value there is in that song. However, I'm willing to get a bottle of Pepto-Bismol, or bet a bottle of Pepto-Bismol, that there would be more entertainment value in me getting stung in the face by 12 Yellow Jackets. He really doesn't like this song. Believe me, I know. I've been a land surveyor for 27 years. I'm speaking from experience in this. It is funny as hell. Keep up the good work, Brian. It's a special little song. It's one of those ones that pops up once
Totally Dude.
a decade. Totally Dude. Oh, that's close. That's real close. Is that from the stems?
It's from there's a place where it's isolated.
But it sounds
Totally Dude.
It sounds weird.
It does. It sounds a little
weird. Not what Sean's looking for. I know it.
Washed out, but maybe that's just from your computer.
How about this?
Totally Dude. Nope. Oh, it's so close. It's right there. The first one was fine. It'll work in a pinch.
Once you get the perfect one, he'll forget to ever use it.
No, I'll use it. I'm telling you, I was excited about it. I was excited about getting it, but it's just harder to get than I had imagined. And if C-Lane gets it, then Courtney will have been right. So there's another problem with that. I want the Totally Dude bad enough that I'm willing to take the L on that. I'm okay with accepting it. I'm good.
Why don't you just do it right now, and then we'll just use that.
I did that earlier. I said it, and then I was like, that's going to come back to haunt me. But the good news is I've learned a little trick. If I say something really weird that I know you guys are going to clip, I can say something right after it, and you guys are on the first clip. You're not even worried about the secondary clip that I've leaked out. So it's an opening. It's a hole in your system that works for me right now. Like if I did Totally Dude, and then afterwards was like, and then wait just a beat, just a little bit while you're distracted. Then I say the controversial thing. That's how it can work. Mike emails tipsthenewsjunkie.com. He's talking about Trump and Biden. He says the difference between Trump and every other president that had secret documents was that when asked, the former president said, okay, sorry, here you go, and returned them. Not Mr. Trump. He refused and shuffled them elsewhere. That's why Mar-a-Lago was raided. Not the possession, but the refusal to return them is why he has a problem. Whilst that is true, you are correct in what you were saying. It is the act of possessing classified documents that is actually a crime. Just possessing classified documents is actually a crime. But they don't go after everybody who does that because it would be ridiculous and bad and turn our country into a country that just jails everybody that you dislike. I happen to have the very radical opinion that I love the United States of America and I don't want us to just lock up all the political people over tiddlywink issues. I don't think that's a good idea.
Tiddlywink.
From the same thing in my head.
There you go. It's so close. Sealands was better than that. Play that one more time.
Totally do.
Oh, there's
like
no
that
interference.
Robot.
It is robot-y, though. You're right. It's robot-y, but there's no interference before it. So close. Ernesto strengthened early Monday. Ernesto's still out there doing its thing after reclaiming hurricane status over the weekend. And the hurricane grew stronger. It's out there about 340 miles southeast of Halifax, Canada, believe it or not. Moving northeast much faster than in recent days. This storm is cruising. Ernesto is going 21 miles an hour. That is pretty fast, I think, for a hurricane. Sometimes they'll
I can't
go
believe it's
real
lasted
slow,
as long as it has. Usually it dissipates.
Yeah, it's been out there for quite a bit. They've been talking about
It's
this
going
one for a
faster
while.
than Sean drives.
It's not that fast, but
Nice.
it's behind me in the rear view somewhere. A woman went to a grocery store and did a gross thing. Please don't do gross things in my grocery stores. I beg
If
of
it has
you.
to do with anything in the fish section, I'm going to be upset.
This is unrelated to fish, as far as I know. Can you tell if we're in the fish section here? I see is prepared
Very
foods.
close.
We're in a prepared
See
food
meat.
section, but it is like a refrigerated section. I think it's hard to say.
What the hell is she doing?
This woman comes in, and I guess she's done this at various locations. And my question is this illegal, what she's doing? She goes over, takes off her underwear, and puts it on the counter next to something with, I think, the idea that a fan might retrieve her underwear from the grocery store. But
So put it somewhere else.
gross. Don't put your underwear anywhere near my food. Get out of the grocery store with your weird underwear stuff.
So is she wearing like a pantsuit?
I
Or
don't
like
know what it is.
Minus the pants or a robe?
It almost looks like it is a robe, I think. I think it's a robe, but it made it very
Why?
easier for her to do this. I don't know. I get the feeling that she sells the kind of content that you might think she sells.
Well, then sell it out of the comfort of your home, gal.
Sell it away from the grocery store, please. I'm not asking for a lot here. All I want you to do is just not do this at grocery stores. This was like, remember when everybody took to spitting in food at the grocery store and that weird
I thought
moment?
it was licking the ice cream or something.
Licking the
That
ice
was a
cream?
couple of people.
It was a bunch. People got arrested for it. There was enough people
Right.
doing it that somebody got
Not
arrested for
everyone
doing it.
was doing it. And then
Of course, I don't think everybody was doing it.
Of all the places that she could have done this, I mean, why the refrigerated prepared food section?
I don't know.
It would be
She wants to
completely
sow
different.
chaos.
Right, but it's like, go do it in everything that's packaged. You know, the canned food section. If there was panties by that, at the very least, you know that what's inside the cans.
Can
is
we keep it in the
untouched.
parking lot? There's a park bench somewhere. Put your underwear on the
There's no
park bench.
Park benches in the grocery store.
There's another one
Outside
of her.
a grocery store, there's got to be a bench somewhere. There's got to be some place. There's got to be somewhere for this
Yeah,
person
where
to
the
put
old
this.
people wait for their vans to come and pick them up.
Perfect. Right there. You'll rock their worlds. That old man hasn't seen a pair of panties in probably decades. That'll be a better way to do this. And it doesn't have to be near food. Let's separate food and whatever this is as much as we possibly can.
That's her whole gimmick, is just leaving her panties at places.
That's what she does?
Yeah, she left him. This is in the bottom of a snack vending machine. She
Why?
left it in the glove box of a car at a car show.
Is that illegal? Are you breaking any law there?
It could be littering.
Maybe, yeah. And again, they would never go after her for that. I just think it's kind of weird and gross and definitely bizarre. But you can check it out for yourself if for some reason you're inclined. I'm not putting the fish video up, everybody, just for the record. That is not happening, not going up. This one will, though, for those of you who are interested for some reason. And we'll see what happens with that. Let's go over to you and your dispatch. Let's see. A grocery store. There we go. Put that up on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com.
Oh, she has an OnlyFans account. What a surprise.
Big shock. Who would have guessed this was happening? All I'm asking for in the world is a perfect totally dude. That's all I want. Here is Swilly talking about the poker tournament, which was, just in case you didn't hear us talking about this, a good time. It was really a blast. Other than the photo thing, which, whatever, it's fine. It's an event. We're out there to support the station.
With that. What was the big deal?
We definitely laughed. I just think it's weird. I don't know who it's for. That's what my question always is with that event. Is it a big deal? No, of course it's not a big deal.
RealRadio.fm.
But I would 100% love the event if we didn't do the photo thing, because I love the event and I have fun kind of playing poker and hanging out with people. I think that people would just come over to our tables, but it's just something we've been doing. Anyhow, Swilly was out there, and if you saw Swilly, you noticed that he was dressed very sharply and was all done up for the event. Let's see what he says.
Hey everybody, happy today, and holy smokes, what an awesome time that poker tournament was. I got to go out there repping my 3-piece suit, looking like a straight-up hitman. Got to play some craps, got to play some blackjack.
Look good.
Won some money and lost a bunch of money. But had a great time watching everybody playing poker. Got a bunch of the celebs to sign my playing cards. And on top of it all, it was in a freaking dinosaur museum, which is right in my wheelhouse. So I probably had just as much fun and spent as much time looking at the skeletons and reading all the information and stuff that I did actually playing the casino games. But hell of a time, great event, all for a great charity. And next year I will definitely be playing poker. Okay, goodbye.
Thank you, Swilly. Just a quick point to everybody in the future. If you hear us talking about, we do this yearly poker event, and it's a good time. You get to see a lot of people out there, TV people, radio people, and it's just fun. It's a fun thing to do, and a great venue to do it at the Science Center. But if you're sleeping on it because you miss out on the actual poker playing tickets and you go, I'm not going to go because I can't play poker, you're nuts. I had a lot of fun after I got knocked out with Courtney playing blackjack over in the casino area with a bunch of other people. It was fun.
I always screw this up because I love blackjack, but like when I got busted out of the tournament, then I hung out with people for a while, grabbed a beverage. Everybody kept giving me their beer tickets. I had a lot of Michelob Ultra.
How nice.
And then I was like, all right, now I want to find a spot at the blackjack table, and because I liked that game, and then it was good. I won a couple hands, and I was like, I forgot what that feels like because I just ate it on the at the actual poker tournament. And then like 2 minutes later, they were like, all right, last hand, and I was like, welcome. But I didn't think it was that late.
See, Lance closing the fake casino down. He's the last customer.
You have to drag me out of here.
It's super fun. You might look at it from a distance and go, it's not real gambling. It's not. That doesn't make it not fun. It's still fun.
Still feel like a winner when you're winning.
Yeah. You do. If you get excited,
the guy that won is still going to Vegas. I mean, there is a prize at the end of there.
And also, another important thing to know, if you are going to be going to Vegas, it's a super good place to learn how to play some of the games. And you don't have any actual money that you're losing, but the dealers are very professional. They know what's going on, and they'll explain to you, here's when you should hit, here's when you shouldn't hit, here's how this game works, here's how you play it. So you get comfortable playing at an event like that. And then when you go to actual Vegas, you know what you're doing, and the real money's in play over there. So I think that's a really fun thing that so many people sleep on because the other thing sells out. They don't get the tickets to play poker, so they don't want to go do the casino games. It's totally worth it. Absolutely. The update on the Mexican mystery, the story that we've been following for quite a while now, is coming up next. We'll see what's going on. The family is responding. I've been saying from the beginning that this whole story was nonsense. It was made up. It was exaggerated, and is an attempt to try to recoup some money. It happened because I believe these girls just got too drunk and didn't know what it was like to be actually hungover in Mexico. But they are responding to the allegations from Mexican officials that they made all of it up or grossly exaggerated. What are they saying? What is the family saying? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Short on time? Hi, I'm Jose, driving to one of our 30 Orlando Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations. You can stay in your car and let us get you back on the road in no time. No appointment needed, always quick, but never rush. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
All right, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. Big congratulations to last week's winner, Dallas. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. What word looks the same upside down and backward? What word looks the same upside down and backward? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina at realradio.fm. First person to answer correctly wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's riddle, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations, go to maxinesonshine.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
You scaled the sheer cliff face, battling frostbite, running low on oxygen. The wind pierced your skin, and every inch was agony. You reached heights no other human had before, while getting nowhere at airport security. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling action titles on Audible.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group's size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface.
Too dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We've officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Is somebody messing with us? Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
Myself, Sabrina, and C-Lane, independently, basically, started watching, or at least tuned into, that new Vince Vaughn series, which is it on Apple Plus? Where was that?
Apple TV Plus.
Yeah. Apple TV Plus. And forgive me, I forgot the name. Something about a monkey. Bad Monkey with Vince Vaughn. Apparently, a lot of animal-related shows in the works, because I know Jason Bateman's new show is called Black Rabbit or something. This one was called Bad Monkey. And I started watching. I think there's only 2 episodes out so far.
Yes.
And you said you liked it, right, Sabrina?
Oh, yeah. I loved it. That it was really cute, funny, wondering what was going to happen next. Very disappointed because Apple TV does this thing where they have the title and the thumbnail and leave you to believe that you've got one more episode to go.
Done that before.
And then you're like, what the hell? And then I ended up watching, what was it? Lone Wolves or some soft horses.
Yes,
that was the
I saw
next
that.
Apple TV.
I saw that on the top list, like at the top streaming list when they show you the 1 through 10 or whatever.
But mine was like automatic. I'm like, what is this show? It's not the same. Got it. All right, here I am. And I've already watched 2 episodes before I realized there's no Vince Vaughn in it.
The Vince Vaughn one, the first half of it, I was not into it. I was watching and I go, there's so much like weird cheesy stuff and the story writing seems kind of clunky, and I was going to give up on it, but Courtney was like, I'm enjoying it. So I said, let's keep watching it. Then we watched the second half of the first episode and I was started to get on board. And then by the second episode, I was like, okay, now I'm invested. I want to know what happens here. I like some Vince Vaughn. Are you kidding me? He's a good time. And
I think he's on my wife's list.
Oh, yeah.
The hall pass.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Which is weird, because I don't think Vince Vaughn is much of a sex symbol, but I mean, that's her thing.
And watching the show that Vince Vaughn just released on Apple TV reminds me how much during Bloodline and any other show that shows the Keys, when I watch that, I want to be there. I want to go to the Keys. It makes me want to go to the Keys so bad when I see the Keys depicted in any kind of television show. It just looks awesome. And that I liked. I liked the setting. This is one of the reasons why I didn't like that Dexter reboot, because they took Dexter and they sent him off to Alaska. In Alaska, I hate to say this, Alaskan friends, it's kind of ugly in Alaska. There's some beautiful stuff, sure, and you can find some picturesque landscapes, but it's kind of gray there all the time.
Sure.
It's
that's
not the
why
best to look at for a
generations
show.
and generations, for the most part, of people that live there. Like
Some of them get paid.
True Detective, the most recent season.
Yeah, that was in Alaska, too?
Yeah, and that gave me the most insight I've ever had into Alaska.
Are you convinced to move or no?
No.
They pay people. Some of the cities are like, we'll give you money if you just stay here, and they still have a hard time. Did you like it, Celine? Did you end up watching?
We kind of picked the wrong time to watch it. Mm-hmm. It was like after everybody had already left from celebrating Ashley's birthday / our new house, but mostly Ashley's birthday. And we barely paid attention to it.
Yeah, it is not that engaging on the beginning of the first episode, in my opinion, but I thought it did get actually better. We've just been deep into this whole world. I've never seen anything like this in the horror world. Now, I'm sure, before you correct me, I'm sure this does exist elsewhere, but we started watching that Annabelle movie and then realized with Annabelle, the Conjuring movies.
Watched a bunch.
The Nun. They're all in the same universe. They're all related to each other. Annabelle, The Conjuring, The Nun.
What do you mean related?
They all exist in the same universe. They're all
Annabelle too? Like the one where they're in the house?
Yeah. It's all like this same couple that tries to solve haunted mysteries.
I'm thinking of Abigail. Excuse me.
No, Abigail's different. Yeah,
Abigail was the ballet girl.
That was pretty good
like
too.
Angus Cloud. I'm like, I don't remember seeing a doll in there, but no, that makes sense. Got it.
That little girl in Abigail was a good actress. She was really on point, I think. Very scary. I don't like to play, or sometimes I like to play with my food, or whatever the line was that she dropped in that. Very, very good.
Yeah, I'll give it another shot because I do like Vince Vaughn, and it seems like a good premise from what I gathered. But honestly, the reason that I barely paid attention to it was the Dark Cloud.
Yeah. The Dark Cloud will do that to you. It truly will. Man. The
Dark Cloud. There.
Just when we start having a little fun, Celine brings up the Dark Cloud.
I know. If we're being too jovial.
Just as soon as we go to commercial break, it comes up again. So don't worry.
All right, real quick, let's work in this story because I teased this earlier. There's more people going after Blake Lively. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why everybody seems to want to dunk on Blake Lively right now. Or maybe she is just super evil and I'm not aware of it. She seems like a decent person to me. I do not know her personally. I am not vested in this. But they said Blake Lively facing a new blowback. This time from the Daily Beast, it says, online sleuths have dug back into past interviews. That's a question right there. Why are they doing this? Why all of a sudden is everybody trying to find anything that they can find from Blake Lively that they can cancel her over? Why is that happening right now? Blake Lively has faced criticism online for using a transphobic slur in interviews she gave as a young actress. It was in 2012. She is 36 right now. That was 12 years ago. She was 24 years old at the time.
She's an adult.
She was an adult, but she used the word trannies in an interview with Elle magazine. And it says, I hope to have a few girls one day, she said, according to a post showing the photo. If not girls, they better be trannies because I have some amazing shoes and bags and stories that need to be appreciated.
So it wasn't even a negative thing about transsexual people.
Just the phrase is what the blowback is from, I guess.
Strange. Because there's other resurface or oh, you thought she was a bitch then? Look at this. And another resurface interview. The one I saw recently, it was not that bad. Now, the one where she was with Parker Posey, I did not care for that at all. I think...
I didn't see that. What was that about?
That was this woman asking, started the interview off with, congratulations on your baby bump. And she goes...
Was that when they turned it back on her?
Yeah, and she's like, what about your bump? Let me see your bump. And he went ask... And the way the whole thing went down, I mean, personally, it did not look good. That's my opinion. Everything that's come out after that, I have to say, did not come off as poorly as this last one did.
And it seems like everybody's hunting to try to find something.
She's in her JLo era, dude. It'll go away in 2 weeks.
I guess people have been lying on J-Lo's names, too. Did you see the video that went viral? Like, this is J-Lo playing to an empty stadium. Nobody showed up for the J-Lo concert. And half these numbnuts had no clue that J-Lo canceled her tour before it even happened.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do that tour where the tickets weren't selling that well. They canceled that thing before anything went down. So I don't know. I don't know why they're going after her, but they really want to get her. And if you get mad about the choice of words that she used, please remember for a second, this was in 2012. It was a different world. I don't even know if the Caitlyn Jenner thing had happened in 2012. When was that? Can you look that up, Caitlyn Jenner? Because most people didn't know much about transgender people at all before Caitlyn Jenner and before everything that happened after that. And then it was just thrust on to everybody.
2015.
Okay, so this was 3 years before this. Does nobody have a brain large enough to calculate the simple fact that language changes over time? There was a time when...
Who's not to say that people are not seeing the same headline as you and processing it the same way? It's whoever wanted the clickbait of it all.
I'm talking about the people who are going out and finding these articles and presenting them like this, where, like the Daily Beast, Blake Lively faces new blowback for using transphobic slur, without any of the context that was a whole different world. We've been inundated with transgender stories for like the last 10 years. But before that, there was not a lot of talk about this. People didn't talk about it. So people had different words that they used. And then afterwards, they changed the words. I bet Blake Lively doesn't say that word anymore. I bet it's not something that comes up in her vocabulary. For God's sake, people change and they learn new things along the way. And that's okay. We should be okay with that. Why would somebody change if you say all the things you said before you changed are still, okay to pin you down with? No, go, yeah, I used to have a different opinion on that. I used to say different things. I don't say them anymore. It's fine. It's fine to be that way. Here's the update on the Mexican mystery story. The New York Post, who's been following this doggedly, and I appreciate their zeal over there in uncovering what really happened in Cancun, Mexico. A family of Oklahoma college students who suspect they were drugged at a Cancun resort slams Mexican officials' claim that it's fake. They said it's very real. They double down and assure. Loved ones of the two Oklahoma college students who claimed they were drugged on a dream vacation to a Cancun resort slammed allegations from Mexican officials that their horror story is made up. Stephanie Snyder dismissed officials' assertion that Zarahol and Kaylee Pritzi were just too drunk and had clean toxicology reports. They said there was not even a toxicology report done on Zara at the hospital in Mexico. That's completely against what they said in the first place, but now they're saying there was no toxicology report. Kaylee was not taken to the hospital, therefore did not have a toxicology test performed either. That's correct. Yes, she didn't go to the hospital. She just slept it off. Snyder, the mother of Hull's boyfriend, Jake, wrote on Facebook. They also claimed to have reached out to the families. We were not contacted. They even said it didn't happen in Cancun. They were staying in Cancun, I can assure you. So this woman says, we were not contacted. You're the mother of the boyfriend. They don't need to contact you. They want to know about these two girls that claim they were drugged. That's the story that they want to know. And apparently the Mexican officials reached out to those two girls' parents, and they did not want to cooperate or did not respond to those efforts to reach out to them. They went on to say other things that are also false, they said. Snyder went on to say the Mexican officials' response, quote, doesn't surprise me, as their story could negatively impact the country's tourism industry. They continue on in the story. Hull and Pitts, who both attend Oklahoma Christian University, were staying in Cancun for a 4-day trip with their boyfriends when they went to the resort's pool bar on August 2nd and ordered a glass of water. Soon after, they slumped over in an intoxicated daze. A disturbing photo of the two young women sitting in the pool shows them. They began experiencing jerking movements and were wheelchaired back to their hotel rooms, unable to walk or speak to their friends or family. So there you go. The family's saying, no, Mexico bad. They were wrong. They did not make all this up. They weren't just drunk, and they didn't have a toxicology report. So now I think that the Mexican consulate and everybody involved should respond by releasing the toxicology report. So then they put an end to this. Look, there is no...
I thought you just said there wasn't one.
No, the family's saying there wasn't, but there was. Because the Mexican consulate and everybody else in Mexico that did an investigation said they saw the toxicology report that was done by this hospital. They're just trying to memory hole that and make it so it didn't happen. But I'd like them to go further. I'd like them to release some more information. Will they? We shall find out, friends. When we return, we're going to do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is The Jim Colbert Show. They're the stepdad that treats your mom just right. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, it will be hot, the high 95 with the humidity. It'll feel like 106 degrees. There's also a 40 to 50% chance for a couple of showers, maybe even a thunderstorm. It's a full 180 compared to the weather we had this weekend with that drier atmospheric moisture, the lower humidity values. Well, this week will be remembered as being soupy and stormy. The muggy weather back, our rain chances up to 70% by the middle of the week.
This report is sponsored by BJ's Wholesale Club. BJ's Wholesale Club is opening soon in Palm Coast. At BJ's, members get up to 25% off grocery store prices every day. Visit bjs.com/Palm Coast or the membership center in the Airport Commons Shopping Center to join today.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
I'm John Morgan, and I'm asking you to stand with me and vote yes on Amendment 3. Amendment 3 will be on your ballot in November, and it will allow adults to possess or safely use marijuana, and that's a very good thing. Amendment 3 will put an end to bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
If you suffer from allergies, have you ever thought allergy treatment would be nice, but I bet it's really expensive? You can go get some Zyrtec or Claritin for $20, but think about how much that's going to add up over the years, decades, a lifetime. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, they can make your allergies go away for good. They don't just mask them like the over-the-counter meds. This is real treatment that'll save you money in the long run. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up. This message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale. This Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at NewSouthWindow.com.
I'm Geraldine Thompson. As state senator, I do not back down. I stand up to protect our voting rights and abortion rights from extremists. As mother and grandmother, I stand up to those who want to take away funds from public schools and put more guns in our streets and classrooms. I'll never stop standing up for you. By August 20th, vote Geraldine Thompson for Florida Senate District 15, political advertisement paid for and approved by Geraldine Thompson, Democrat for State Senate.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu. iHeartRadio, let's go! Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Jeff Martin Auctioneers is back with a 2-day public auction in Kissimmee, August 20th and 21st, featuring construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Bid your way live on site or online at jeffmartinauctioneers.com. Experience the difference. License AU 4483.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thanks for being with us, friends. We appreciate you. We dragged through a Monday together. Look at us, huh? We did that. And you got a lot on deck for this week. You got the Democratic National Convention kicking off for those of you who like politics and want to watch stuff like that. Biden will be speaking tonight, as well as Gavin Newsom will be speaking.
New York Post was reporting on Biden's plans to speak tonight and then jet off to California, and the headline was DNC you later.
Yeah, ice cream forever.
So he's doing his one night appearance and then he's gone. He's not going to be there for the Kamala Harris speech or anything else. And still all these rumors swirling. I don't want to get the network wrong, so I won't say which one, but I saw one cable network discussing in depth, based on Taylor Swift's concert schedule, if she would have time to fly to the convention and make an appearance at the Democratic National Convention. So they've gone very deep on their thinking about whether or not Taylor Swift will be at this event. I don't know that will be happening. Well, only one way to find out. Going to be an interesting week for a wide variety of reasons. Let's go over to your final dispatches and work in one last one maybe today. Hang on, which one was the one that I missed? Here is Seychelles trying to send us a dispatch and doing it successfully, I believe.
Good morning, the New Junkie, Sean, C-Lane, and my lovely Sabrina.
Hey.
C-Lane, it doesn't matter where you move, you're still going to see the blue moon this coming August.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's 6, 7, 8 moons this year. I know you hate them, so be prepared.
Yeah, buckle up. This is a big one. There's a big, fat, honking moon out there on the horizon. Let's go to the stories that didn't make the cut. This is strange. They're being told to hand in their knives in the UK. In England, you can't have some of these knives anymore because first they banned guns.
What kind of knives? Butter knife?
They're calling them zombie-style knives. Cool. Zombie-style knives is what they say. Oh. The zombie-style knife ban is set to come into effect on the 24th of September, so in a handful of days. People who currently possess zombie-style knives and machetes are being urged to hand them in to police ahead of a ban coming into force next month. I've never heard anybody refer to like a machete. Well, I guess in zombie flicks, you often see a machete, so I get that. But I can't believe they're making people turn in machetes. They say those who give up their weapons freely during that time period will not be arrested or face prosecution, the government says. After that, if you have a knife with a blade over 8 inches long, they can arrest you in England. Or if you just say something mean, they can arrest you in England. A lot of things they can arrest you for, but still, there's somebody who really wants to be there. And that person is somebody who just defected during the Olympics. This happens sometimes. Let's say like a Cuban baseball team goes to play in some South American country. Some of the players will defect and they'll claim asylum and they'll try to stay behind and not go back to Cuba.
Sure.
But this one is very strange because a dual Olympic silver medalist, Matthew Richardson, has defected from Australia to Great Britain and will be staying in England.
Before or after
I was after ray gun, so they fully knew what was going on. Not sure if that factored into the move here. Seems strange, though, where you have somebody who is defecting.
Are you running from a crime?
Uh-oh.
Down under.
Uh-oh. Am I back? Can you hear me? Oh, you got real robotic while you're doing the down under thing for a second there.
That was my Australian accent. How dare you?
The down under thing. Yeah, the Australian accent. Let's see what else we have here. The stories that didn't make the cut. The pop star Olivia Rodrigo. You guys are familiar with Olivia Rodrigo, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, driver's license.
Driver's license was the one that was really everywhere you could possibly get for a little while. Is she Brad Summer?
Yeah.
I thought that was that Charlie XCX person.
You're right.
Never
mind.
Olivia Rodrigo.
She's like scum or germ or something like that.
She is the license song, driver's license song, and there's another one that I can't get away from that's really catchy and annoying. Guts is her thing, maybe?
That's what it is.
The Guts World Tour she's on right now. She said in an interview that her secret to really being on is she sleeps for 13 hours every day.
Must be nice.
And I thought about that and said, I don't even think I could do that.
I did yesterday.
13 hours, you think?
Not straight. But I would wake up, eat, and then
each night,
when
you go to bed,
absolutely not.
How many hours would you say you sleep for?
Maybe 4 to 5 tops.
Okay, so yeah, I'm nowhere near 13. I'll go to bed at 1 and I'm up by 7:30-ish, right around there. And that's the best I can really get. She says 13 hours. That's a lot.
That's pop star life.
Yeah, I guess so. You're just sitting in your tour bus or whatever, hanging out, not worried about what everybody else is up to. What else? Buying a home is going through some changes. C-Lane could have probably answered this question. But right now, they said this weekend, the National Association of Realtors, the class action settlement against them went into effect, which they said they were accused of artificially inflating commission rates, which have historically ranged from 5 to 6%. And some of them were selling on both sides. So they're not allowed to do that anymore. The most immediate change for anybody buying a home, you'll have to sign a written contract with the agent representing you before they show you a house. That means the type of compensation your agent will receive is up to you and them to negotiate. It could be a commission of as low as 1.5% or say a flat fee. So they can...
It's a nightmare for real estate agents right now.
Yes, it seems like it. Yeah, it seems like real estate agents have to have you sign something first and then you negotiate what their percentage is going to be. They can't just automatically take whatever percentage. There has to be some sort of negotiation. And there you go. That's going to be it for today. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, August 19th, 2024. Tammy says he's skimming over this. The seller will come out better. I guess the seller could. It's just that before it was baked in that everybody just paid the same commission or whatever the person was asking for. You just paid it. You didn't negotiate that. And I guess now they're making them negotiate and be upfront about what their commission percentage is. I think that's the major issue. So it could work out better, I guess. But I'm sure the realtors are not fond of that. And it upends their whole world right now. Today I learned this show right here. Right here.
Sesame Street.
That is right. Sesame Street is correct. Not only does Elmo, I did this one on Friday, didn't I?
Sunny day. Elmo's military father. Yep.
Yeah, his father served in Iraq. I'm sorry. I did that and I did not take it off of here. That's my bad.
Okay.
Let's go over to this. So today I learned somebody from this show. This is a hard one. iCarly is correct. I didn't watch this either. I would not have known that at all.
Not my time.
Gibby from the television show iCarly now produces rap music under the name Noxic, if you're interested in catching up with him.
Noxic.
Noxik is the name that he goes by. Used to be the nerd on iCarly, but now into something totally different. Today I learned queen ants can have a lifespan of 20 to 30 years. Damn. And some worker ants can live several years, which is pretty damn impressive for an insect of that size. Today I learned this guy.
Tom Petty.
That's right. Tom Petty is correct. Tom Petty gave the Strokes their biggest song last night by not filing a lawsuit against them due to the band ripping off Tom Petty's song American Girl. They said same chord, same structure. You know how it goes. And then the band usually sues them.
It was not that huge of a ripoff, but the opening riff, they sound very similar when you start the song.
It does. I'm doing them now in my head. Yeah. Today, the only two people who won $1 million on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader were the superintendent of Georgia Public Schools, good for you, and a Nobel Prize winner in physics. Everybody else fell short of the $1 million prize on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. And finally, this is a hard one, too. I don't think I would get this. Today I learned this band right here. It's a type of food.
Oh, bread.
Bread is correct. Would not have gotten bread. Today I learned the reason why the band Bread got their name is shortly after becoming a band, they got stuck in traffic. And the whole time they were behind a Wonder Bread truck. And they just kept saying bread to each other. Wow. Bread over and over again.
What a story.
And that became the
terrible
name of
band name.
I'm going to look at all the trucks I'm stuck behind and be like, is this my future band name?
We'll just change the name of the show to whatever truck you're stuck
Waste
behind
Management.
Next. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.